The views expressed by our guests in the following video are solely the opinions of our guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and or opinions of the Ola 7 podcast show. Viewer discretion is advised.
Every home tells a story, and behind every secure, elegant
Hello guys, my name is DJ Ola 7 Owen. We come out of the Chief Air Marshal on your number one podcast in the land, and this is the space where we dive into bold conversations and explore real life stories that challenge, inspire, and sometimes even provoke us to think, differently. Today we are stepping into a conversation that touches culture, tradition, family, and faith. Our guest is Gabriel Mapfunde. Gabriel is a polygynist. He has 4 wives, and together they form a family that sparks curiosity, admiration, and question in equal measure. So nasi tenge tichinzo zvakamira sei panapa tichimbokurukura nawo what makes today's episode special, even more special to kufunga mimi is that Gabriel is not here alone. He's joined by his 4 wives who also share their voices, perspectives, and experiences of living in a polygynous marriage. Let's welcome Mr. Mapfunde and family. Welcome to the show, Mapfunde. How are you?
Thank you, Ola. I'm glad to be here again.
No, tinoda kutenda inekwe kwamaita pachirongwa, Mr. Mapfunde. But maybe just start by introducing yourself and then your family.
Okay. I'm Gabriel Mapfunde. Qualified agronomist, horticulturalist, but I'm also an entrepreneur. So yeah, I'm into courier delivery business. So there's my bike, we deliver stuff, and then I'm also involved in mining.
Okay.
So yeah,
you're also into mining.
Manicaland.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm here with my wife, my first wife Elizabeth. She's we learned at the same school apparently.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but now she's more with sales. She's into property.
Okay.
So she works at property channel. She sells and whatever.
Yeah.
She's into property sales.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then my second wife, Tanaswa. Yes, she's by academically she's a teacher.
Okay.
She's a qualified teacher. But exactly. All of us are sales people.
Hustlers.
We are hustlers now. So she has an online business where she sells homeware, kitchenware, stuff like that. I think all this is for social media. So,
okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
That's about us.
Great.
Then the others, do I introduce them?
Okay, because we're one is 4.
Yeah.
So far, because both of our studio, we've got 2 on the set, and the other 2 will join as well. But one thing that stands out about your family is the unity among your children. I understand they've even formed a band together. Your family.
We have a family band, obviously. What happens is I love music.
Okay.
And my wife is a worshiper. She's a praise and worship. So as a family, we tend to do a lot of praise and worship, prayer as a family.
Right.
So my musical instruments, I also have encouraged my children from a young age to learn musical instruments.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of fun. I think that's why you saw some of the videos that we post on our Facebook page, whereby the children are just having fun with the instruments and playing music. So the idea is to work together. The idea that we are putting inputting in the children is that they are one.
Are the kids aware of the family structure, and do you sometimes have to sit them down and explain why your family is structured this way?
Yes, they are very much aware. Especially the older ones. They used to be in public schools, so they would have challenges like, I think grade what? Daniel Ross, when we had an issue with divine and
should be 3.
Grade 3, around grade 3, grade 2, they would be told to write my family. You know, in school set up, they write the essays to talk about your family, and then my babies, it's no more to them. They're my dad and his wives, and the teacher will be like, no. What we mean in family, we mean that nucleus family. So they would fail those kind of exams. But as children, they're innocent. So it's something they're like, I thought, but now they are very much aware. They understand the dynamic. That we have one father and we've got different mothers. Yes, and these are our parents.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now let's talk about your early thoughts on polygyny. Let's start at the very beginning. When did you know that you preferred a polygyny setup rather than a monogamous one?
I think. I cannot really put a date to it, like it was like an aha moment, but I think I've evolved and learned. Because remember, Ola, we are raised up in a monogamous society. As far as I'm concerned, I was raised up in a strongly backed monogamous society. Everything, like you see the posters. In the religious circle, it's just a pastor and his wife. And in the TVs, you are watching documentaries like Cheetahs. It's a strong monogamous. Like you are really programmed big time. So that's how I grew up, and also my father was a monogamous man. So, but when I was growing up, I had a lot of questions. As a young man, the things were not making sense. First of all, I would ask myself, why is there so much emphasis and so many rules and so many policies to try to push for monogamy? When something is natural, do you really have to put a lot of policies, what and so I would ask, if it's natural, why do we have to have so many policies, so many things to really push? So many laws on it and all those things. These are the things that I would ask myself. And I have a scientific background also, so for those that do science, I think you have that curious mind, always wanting to know the why on certain things. So I started doing that research as I was growing up, trying to find out. I also have a strong Christian background. Okay. So I wanted to find out what's the you ask yourself what's really. My biggest research was like, how were things were and what has changed? If I'm reading in history and in culture that things were like this, what has made them change to be where we are? If I'm reading, I'm a Bible believer. If everything that I'm reading, all the men of God that I see, the mighty men, the Moses, the David, the Abraham, they were polygynous. And Jesus, when he's talking about an example of heaven, he says the kingdom of heaven is like a man who has 10 virgins waiting for him to marry, and he marries 5. And I'm like, what I'm reading and what's in the world is different. So, you have all those questions that then you start getting the answers. So to answer what you're saying, I think I evolved when I learned more. I then go to understand, and I also go to understand, especially when you do now your research, especially going back in history, you find this is not something that's very, very old. This is something that monogamy doctrine is something that has been introduced recently. It was not in history. Most cultures, they say, according to research, they say about 90% of cultures, if not more, practice polygyny. It was a normal. In our African tradition, it was normal.
Because I wanted to come there to that point as well, to say, many people in Africa, or even African cultures, have practiced polygyny as part of the tradition for centuries,
Yes, for centuries.
Yet you often reference the Bible to explain and justify your choices. So why do you use scriptures as, the foundation for your decisions rather than leaning on African tradition, which also allows polygyny?
I believe in African tradition. I believe in the Bible. But from my understanding, or like, can I mention this? I strongly believe the Bible is before African tradition.
Okay.
Have you heard about the hieroglyphics? Have you heard about the written African languages that were being translated by the Europeans when they came to Africa?
Okay.
In Africa, that's where we started writing. If you do your research, writing and carving on caves and stuff, it was the pyramids were built by Africans. You understand what I mean? So everything is emanating from the Bible. Is a dynamic book. That's why I believe in it. Written across generations of time, written by different writers in different geographical locations, saying the same thing, pointing to the same thing. You understand what I mean? And in most parts, this is in Africa.
Yeah.
So our traditions, if you see even in our African traditions, to someone who really does their reading, you see the traditions in the Bible are almost identical to the African traditions, including the keeping of the Sabbath, not the Sabbath we keep in the Western world. Yeah. I'm talking about the Chinoyera, Chisi. You understand what I mean? So you see, it correlates with the Bible. So what's my point? I'm saying, as the foundation, and as it was in Africa from the beginning of times, right? Our forefathers or African fathers, remember, they say the Ethiopian Bible, that's where KJV comes from and stuff. Ethiopia. Ethio means bent face. That's what Ethio means face. Pia means bent. So Ethiopia means black people. So if we have an Ethiopian Bible where all these Bibles are being taken from, a black man's Bible, where all these KJV and all these translations are emanating from, don't we think everything started in Africa? That's my belief. That's where I'm drawing my belief.
Are you saying the Ethiopian Bible?
It was written by Africans.
It was written by Africans, yes. But are you saying it allows or it allowed the polygyny setup?
I am saying in the Bible, all the great men that we read about were polygynous. In the Bible. Yeah.
Like the Old Testament, right?
In the New Testament, I said Jesus, when he was mentioning about the kingdom of heaven, he gave a man with 10 women. That's polygyny. Matthew 25, that's New Testament, right? And I'm talking about, let's go back to the Old Testament.
Right.
Maybe, some people would want to relate. Abraham is the father of faith. We are all men of faith.
Yeah.
Religious people, we say Abraham is the father of faith. He walked with God. He was a polygynous man. You understand what I mean? Jacob, who is Israel, is 4 women, 4 root mothers to make the 12 tribes of Judah. Moses had at least 3 women, but he is the one who wrote the laws. Moses, and he's mentioned at least three women. Yeah. Zipporah, before he went to Egypt, to the Canaanites. Yeah. The Israelites to go to Canaan. Yeah. And when he was on his way, Numbers 11, if you read, he takes an Ethiopian woman, and the sister asks, why have you taken the Ethiopian woman? And God is angry. He's a polygynous man being defended by God. You understand what I mean? Okay. So if I am saying I'm a Christian and I believe that, I believe in the same God who's the same yesterday, today, and forever, the question that I would ask myself as a young man was like, so where did it change?
So when pastors, are discussing or arguing about this whole thing,
yes,
they say in the Old Testament, people were not, using the law. There was no law to talk about.
Okay.
Right? In the First Testament, but in the Old Testament, but in the New Testament, now, vanhu vanga vane mutemo pana Moses, mutemo wakanga wakushanda wakuchiaplya, and also Jesus pakazonge auya nawo zvazomiswa ndo parunzi pakataka kuchinja kezvinhu. So don't you think so? Don't you think it's true?
No, I think it's just people just twisting scripture. That's why, I'm always one person who's always encouraging. You mentioned, I see you post special biblical thing. Yeah. I'm pokering people to read for themselves rather than to just, I heard it somewhere. The Bible is available to everyone. The books, now we are in information technology. Yeah. Someone can just go and do their own research. You understand what I mean? It's not like I'm bringing new stuff. Yeah. Coming back to the law, Moses, most of the laws in the book of Deuteronomy, Leviticus, if you book the Old Testament books, yes, they are what you call it? They are regulating polygyny.
Yeah.
You know, if a man takes another wife, he should take care. He should not neglect the first wife. You know, this is Moses regulating polygyny. Can I tell you one other example where God intervened?
Yeah.
In polygyny, regulating, not barring it, not stopping it. Abraham, Sarah comes, gives a Hagar, the maid.
Yeah.
Right? Hagar starts to disrespect Sarah. This is in a span of years.
Yeah.
This is not like it was one incident and stuff like that. And the Bible clearly mentions, says, and Abraham was grieved because of noises.
Yeah.
It's like me and you, we have our wives and our school particular disorder. God intervenes, Baba. So here's I'm just saying logical thinking. Supposedly God doesn't want polygyny. What would stop him from killing Hagar? Why would he bless? Because in the Bible, to have a child is a blessing, right? Why would he bless Hagar with a child if it's something that he does not support? Why would he go to Hagar? Hagar, do you remember when Hagar was disrespecting Sarah and God intervened and he says to Hagar, because you have disrespected the first wife, you need to leave. Those are the notes that I also follow. Yeah. You know, the first wife, even all my wives, they know we respect each other. Just like I'm the firstborn in my siblings, they respect me because I'm the first one. This is the story behind Hagar and Sarah, among many other wives that are mentioned of Abraham. Now, coming back to just quickly pass through that story. Yeah. Now, Hagar is chased away because not of polygyny. She's chased away because she's disrespecting the matriarch. You can always do your own research, even the viewers, right? Okay. But when she's chased away, this is the way I want people to understand. Yeah. She prays. There's a mention in the scripture where she prays because she went hungry and the baby was hungry and she was hungry and then she was praying and then the angel of the Lord said, "Look up," and then there was an oasis. Why would God be helping polygyny if he doesn't agree to it? Why would he bless Ishmael? Because you remember God promised and he says, "I'm going to bless your sons," and Ishmael is blessed, Baba. That's why we are all going to Dubai. Baba, we love going to Dubai and going to those Arab nations. Why? So are we saying God is sleeping somewhere and he's saying, "Oh my God, I've made a mistake"? No, he's a sovereign God, Baba. The way I relate, or the way I reverence God, you know, I strongly believe, because in scripture.
So are you saying all these pastors, all these reverends, and my evangelists of Hungary are wrong when they say you only need to have one wife? As a man,
I think they've
one husband, one wife.
I strongly believe they've misinterpreted.
All of them?
To those that say you only have, because I've met other religious leaders that I agree. Most religious leaders I've had conversations with, do you know what they tell me? They will say, "Yes, the Bible, I know the Bible, but you know, the society and the church won't agree." I'm serious. Yes, thank you, sweetie. I've been in meetings with my first wife. She'll tell you. We discuss, we show each other scripture, we read, we say, but look, it's there. And then usually they always say, our church policy and our church doctrine doesn't permit. Remember, churches have got a founder.
The doctrine.
Yes. So the doctrine
is not to do with the Bible.
It's nothing to do with the Bible.
But in the Bible, don't we have those, like verses that prohibits polygyny?
A lot of misinterpreted verses, like the one I just shared, the Abraham one, where people twist it and say Hagar was chased because of polygyny. No, it wasn't like that. Another one is 1 Timothy 3, where if a man wants to be a man, if a man wants to be a leader, some versions they say if a man wants to be a bishop, he should be a man of one wife. That's twisting scripture, because the one, if you go to the translation or the footnotes, they say one is equals to first. I disagree with that, because it causes confusion to us Africans who have learnt English. Let's go back to the original meaning. First and one changes the meaning. You understand what I mean? Right. But the Europeans, when they write one and they remove first, they know that Ola and Gabriel have learned, they won't pick it up. But if you go to the Greek, I like referring to
are you saying the Bible was written for Africans? The confusion was to confuse the Africans.
I'm saying the translators, they are intentional in confusing. You understand what I mean? The translators, not the Bible. Okay. Can I just share the one I've just said? If a man wants to be a leader, he should be. That's the one most pastors love to preach about. Okay, let me not mention, but it's also so one in the original Latin, Hebrew, Greek, if you go back, it emphasizes that it means first. So let me just illustrate. You know, the Greek words are more precise and more explanatory than their English translation.
Okay.
So today, for the sake of time, I'm only going to talk about the one and the on. Remember the preachers that you've asked, the preachers always say a man should have his own husband, own wife.
Yeah.
The Bible says own husband, own
Referring
wife.
to one.
Referring to one.
Yeah.
Yet in the Greek, in their Greek terminology, the on is different. There's heus and there's powers. I can't pronounce the word, but I'm saying the on meaning is different. Let me just explain it in English. There's an on which is exclusively meaning this person is for me. Then there's an on that we use. Seguti Zimbabwe, Gabriel and Ola. When we say Zimbabwe, we say our own Zimbabwe.
My own country.
My own country. Does that mean you are the only individual in that country, Ola? When you mention public, Zimbabwe is my own country.
No, but the difference is between my and our.
Yes.
One is like in plural.
That's what I'm saying. The on. I'm just taking you for an English lesson. That the on that is being misinterpreted. The Bible specifically says, if any man, you remember Paitwa census in the Bible, they'll say, go to your own country. Are they saying that person is only exclusively one person in that country?
No.
He's being told your own country inclusively. No only not
Yeah.
Your own husband. May say that your own husband is just like Gabu, Ola, they are going to their own UK. Go back to your own country. Zurunzi Ola chashikori one way gam Zimbabwe wakasadza Zimbabwe yese. No.
Okay.
It's your own country inclusively with other citizens.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I get.
Then on my husbands no iri exclusive because remember my husbands they are being referred could they own remember patriarch they own the family they are the father means it's coming the husband it's coming from the family father family
the family
that's
tree,
the word yes so that's why panoita interpretation saka I hope ndabatsira some of my viewers kuti patiri kuti on is only in ukatoita your own research it's in two meanings pane on yemadzimai yekuti they are inclusively to their own husband right then because the on yekuti husband is owning his family you understand Zimbabwe is its own citizens.
I get
now,
you.
Coming back to the one sorry then the one in a four meanings pane monos for monogamy. It's a Greek word monos. It means one exclusively one. Then pane mia ndo yakashandiswa pana 1 Timothy 3 nana Titus. Mia means first in relation to other. First in sequence. That's what mia means. Right. Saka those past means exclusively one. Ndikutara Greek meanings are specific. Asi ese achirewa one. I think in Shona we do those translations. Pane one word rinenge shora different meanings but really one. Saka ndo zvakaita ku English translation. Kuti the confusion now iri kuita nema pastors ne misinterpretation maybe lack of knowledge I don't know. But what we am saying is ukatowerenga scripture iyo iri kutaura kuti he should be a man of first wife. Meaning kuti zvinobatana it correlates with our African tradition, it correlates with our history where leaders or men of wealth ndo waipiwa allowance yekuti they are supposed to sit as leaders as chief because they have bigger families. You understand? If you go in our culture, go to Swaziland, you cannot be a chief, you cannot be a chief anamambo zimun. You cannot have one wife. It's the same thing with the Bible culture. Bible rikuti you cannot be a chief, you cannot be a leader if you can't even run 2 women or 3 women.
So you having Matsmaga wonder, you want to be a chief or what? A king? What's your ultimate goal? What do you want to achieve?
No, in Inango, chiefs are chosen. But the point that I was putting across, I was saying men of means because this is not for everyone. Polygyny, I think we understand. Remember, Patembe, some of our conversation, I would always say, Ola. I'm not advocating for every man. I'm not advocating for chihure. No. I'm advocating for men just being responsible for their families. And I'm also advocating to say, look, let's look at it from this point of view. If a man has got the means, if a man can be able to do it.
Let me put it this way to you, my brother. Tell me the difference between a man with one wife and you with several. Or maybe multiple.
Okay. Number one, the biggest one is responsibility. Number two, you need to be very level-headed.
Right.
Number three, you need to be very patient. Number four, I guess you need to be someone who loves people. Naturally, naturally, if you love people, it's easier to have 6 or 4 people that are being nuisance and you are just patient with them.
All of them.
All of them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are qualities that come with just being...
Then the one with one wife?
You said in comparison.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, I strongly believe there are 3 types of women, of men. That's my belief, according to what I've read in the Bible, and according to what I've researched and come to the conclusion. There are 3 types of men that are created.
Yep.
One, who doesn't marry. Some of them, they are eunuchs.
Bachelor till death.
Bachelor till death.
Whoa.
And unfortunately, because our society is monogamous, it forces my bachelor when someone is 40 or someone is 50. Let him marry. No. He's okay. He's created that. Leave him be. Let him be. He bachelor. He cannot even take care of a half woman. He can't. It's not in him. That's my belief.
And the other one?
And the other one are monogamous guys. You know, in the Bible, Anania, Nana, Sapphira, Ahab, Jezebel, all those. Wariko, the few. According to the Bible, they're actually few. One. Then the 90%, if not 95%, are purely polygynous men.
Right.
But unfortunately, the system has forced the 95% of these men to pretend like they are monogamous. And they are being, and I speak on behalf of men, they are being forced. Imagine growing up in a society where we're going to cheat as one, this woman also. At the end of the day, even if I'm polygamous, am I going to say it out? No, I'm not going to say it out. So the 95%, including all these biblical characters that I've mentioned, most biblical characters, they were polygynous men with their big families.
Okay, maybe before we go any further, we are referring to a man with multiple wives as in a polygyny marriage.
Yes.
I think the most common term is polygamy or polygamous. Tell me the difference between the two, polygyny and polygamous.
So, I strongly believe in polygyny. Polygamous is the umbrella term that says multiple. Polygamous simply means multiple.
Yeah.
Polygyny specifically is what I believe in, a man having multiple. Then polyandry, Then polyandry is when a woman has multiple, which I strongly don't believe in.
Okay.
I'll tell you the reason if you allow me. If you
okay,
ask
we'll
me.
get back to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the difference. So polygamy is the umbrella term. Then polygyny specifically is specific to say this is the type of multipleness. It's a man with multiple women.
Okay.
Then polyandry is a woman with multiple men.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about when you decided to have your second wife. Was it like an easy decision? Was it out of maybe lust or something? Or like, maybe now I need to, I think, what was it like? What was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind was, I hope I do the best I can to be a God-fearing man. So I want to live my life in the fear of God the best way. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to put myself on a podium. No. I'm just saying, I'm humble enough to say, if I can, whatever I've learned, let me walk in the fear of God. So what was going on in my mind was like, I then realized that God has always allowed for a man to have multiple. This is a system that is there, that has been put, that I grew up in, that I now have, I have to face. In other words, I have to face. It's like facing a system that's been there. And this is what was going on in my mind. The fear of facing a system, the society, my family, my mother, my sisters, everyone, to say... The church. People will be like, I mean, yes, that's what happened. People said Gabriel's gone crazy. This, my own mother always joked. She prayed for me. My sisters would pray for me. They were like, this guy's gone cuckoo. So this is what was going on in my mind. But then I would always ask myself.
Were you not crazy then?
I don't know if you, what you have seen. Or let me ask. I mean, my family.
Yeah.
Maybe you can define it as crazy, but I don't know. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think it's crazy. So what was going on in my mind then was like, which is better, the fear of God or the fear of society, which I know is actually doing it wrongly?
Because I understand you were in Celebration Church and you were serving there. You know, you had like a big position there. You know, something.
I used to be involved.
And it suddenly changed your mind. You know, and said you had to challenge the doctrine.
I think. You know, I've got great respect for you, since you've already mentioned it publicly. I've got great respect for Pastor Tom and the leaders there.
Yeah.
It's just that we differ in doctrine, just like with many other leaders, church leaders. You know, just because you differ in a certain area does not define everything is wrong about them. That's what I believe.
So do you just differ with them when it comes to polygyny or any other, you know?
No, I agree on a number of things with him, especially taking care of family, being a responsible man, being a fatherhood, all those things.
Yes.
Then there are a few things also that I differ with them. The whole polygyny.
Number one, polygyny thing. Number two. I want to hear those things.
I don't want to talk about doctrine today.
No, that's okay. I want to hear one or two things. Because when someone, you know, partners with that, like, okay, I've made up my mind.
Yeah.
When you're talking about not only one area.
Here's the thing. The thing about me, I do fellowship with a lot of Christian brothers from different
denominations.
Okay. That's my belief system. And Sandashikapa, I don't think I undershikapa that position where I can say now I know everything.
Okay.
You know, I'm still learning. So I have great respect if I see we differ in doctrine or differ somewhere. I still have respect for all the you know, I don't override everything and over that visa everything. This is the kind of man I am.
Yeah.
So I will respect you, and then where I feel good, maybe apata siana in terms of doctrine, I will allow you to, because I think we are all on different learning stages.
Yes.
And I don't think there's anyone whom you call uyakatoshika. I think all of us are evolving.
I get you. So when you first brought the idea to your first wife, Elizabeth, say, Elizabeth, I'm going to bring in your second wife here. How did she react?
Having grown up with my first wife, from school, university, graduated together, we were sitting like this, graduated. You know, so we're more like friends. Our relationship, our marriage is more friendship. Like we talk, we iron each other out and stuff like that. Saka, this was not like, I did not just come like, yes, this is. So I would have conversations, you know. So I'll be like, baby, can we read all these scriptures? You know, like
you're convincing her using scriptures.
We're brainwashing ourselves. If I may put it that way, everyone is being brainwashed. Who is not being brainwashed? Everyone brainwashes.
Okay, so you're brainwashing her.
Yes. So in our own house, when we're brainwashing ourselves using scriptures and using the understanding.
Did she quickly admit it to you?
No. I'm sitting to she's a very intelligent.
Yeah.
I'm sitting to intelligent women. These are university people. Remember?
So was it an easy part for you to say?
It was not.
It wasn't easy. Not an easy one.
She would ask me hard questions. Very hard questions. Difficult questions.
Tell me some of the questions. Maybe two. From the hard.
I think the beginning would be like the first one was like what's wrong with our setup?
Yeah.
What's wrong with our marriage?
And every woman.
What's wrong with our marriage? Yeah. What's wrong with what we believe in? You know, things like that. Then I think you can help me, baby. Some of that questions, what were the questions? I think some of the questions will be like, why would you want another woman? Why?
I think most of the questions were really because being a woman, which I know most women really struggle with, insecurity.
Yeah.
So because when we grow up as a woman, as a girl child, you are not enough.
Yeah.
You know why you're not enough? There's no one who affirms you're enough. You are. So when your husband tells you that I'm going to get another wife, you think, okay, what's wrong with me? What have I done?
Yeah. You start thinking.
Yeah. Exactly. What have I done? Like,
so even as we are doing this, as you have been talking, I've been actually really thinking. I'm thinking, you know, when like you said, it was a process. I was just thinking, she is not the first girlfriend that we ever had.
Okay.
After the conversation.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like he's the one kind of thing. I think what I noticed in him was a change of coming and butterfly so like when that show was off, when the knowledge, the revelation was off, he could then do it without the guilty conscience.
Okay.
Because as long as you're feeling guilty, you actually have sinned.
Oh yeah.
Anything that is done without faith is sin. So as soon as Rango Buddha, when we were doing the conversations, the learning, Yakuti, this is what is happening. Is Jaka Muita could act like a butterfly, so that so maybe it would really clarify the other question that you said, Kuti. So when you said no, it was not really Kuti. She was there.
But let me come to you, Elizabeth. You're the first wife, and of course, hearing the news for the first time, saying, "Oh, baby, I'm thinking about bringing a second wife. What if we get another wife here?" How did you react?
Truthfully, it was trauma, like I said. Why would I say it was a trauma? Because of the way we grew up. When you're growing up as a girl child, unofana uita so that hassle.
Yeah.
Uita so that hassle. So then when this man comes and say,
then you think maybe I've made those mistakes.
You're thinking, okay, what have I done?
Yeah.
You start on the guilty trip.
Yes.
Kutisaka maybe but the conversations were, yes, this is what I've learned.
Yeah.
But he was there to be my covering. You were talking about brainwashing.
Yes.
So maka brainwash anai. But I believe the Bible says the husband is supposed to wash his bride with the word. So he was washing me with the word.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Okay.
So as he was washing me with the word, like what he's saying, it came out better, though not hip hop. Just like any other woman, it depends with the mood, it depends with the hormones. Nothing did I'm okay with it. Sure, baby, and
tomorrow you are totally off.
And then 7 wives. You are crazy. Imagine I'm not going to my house. You leave me that kind of thing. Those things that we share on my friend as unapenga you get the point. Yes. It was not an easy thing because unlearning is not easy. Because wagara une zvinhu zvakawanda. I think it's easier for children than for mun agara ari mumomo.
So in a nutshell, how long did it take you maybe for you to then accept to say, okay, I think this is it now?
I really don't recall kuti yanga kakura say the time, but I think zvinongo dependa with mostly with the recipient who is the wife and the guy who is helping me. Remember, he's dealing with my insecurities.
Yes.
Then he's dealing with new information. Then he's dealing with my hormones. Good mood.
Exactly.
So it like I think that would also answer to the question what was the difference between him and a man with one wife. I think that will differentiate him. The fact that he was there to work with me. Hana kunditi ndikungouya nemukadzi.
Yes.
I get you. It was not easy, but we walked this road together.
Okay, no, I understand. Let's talk about the family. Your family. How did they react? Oh, Elizabeth, kwani because of you true, some families they will say, shama takwazi kutora. Takwazi kutora tajairi or something like that. And how did your family react?
My family, I think obviously, every normal family they would really look out for myself. Kuti, is our daughter okay? Is she? And firstly, obviously, monombo it was shani and noise and whatnot. And but my immediate family and it is now. It has been a process. Now they know. Indikato naona my brother will be asking about maybe the third wife. If I go to see my mother, kana ndikata naopa phone, ndine list ndaka tumira tanatswa tumira ire. Pamuri kuuya sometimes tunoenda kunovaona not just by myself. I go with either one of my sisters. Vanto ba list yekuti sha
sometimes your sister wives they go without her going to her.
Saka pavanoenda ngachiti saka ene pandenda kutodzoka kudhara ndaimbopiwa pamwe ndaimbopiwa bucket renzungu ikozondenda kunzi ashamwari unoziva kuti une mhuri hombe bucket renzungu harikwani remember uchada kunopawo vamwe and then you need to go upo marelatives edu ari koko kuharare. You get the point. So it's been like that, but with some of my family members they think I'm actually being abused.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think I've recently
yeah.
now, I actually had one of my conversations with one of my very close relatives. They actually thought and they really asked me, Kuti, you are actually in an abusive relationship. I'm like, what? I never.
Whoa, they said you are in an
Yes.
abusive.
You are being abused.
You are being abused. So the issue is
And they were trying to find out, sorry to hold your tongue. They were like, so is it like, it's because, is there something wrong? Is it, are you desperate? Are you desperate for marriage? You know, things like that. You know, crazy.
Is it because your background was not like everyone wants to find the reason why. Yes, because they're not in my shoes. So, and also I think mostly Vaninga Wachingweta look out for me because they know me. They don't know him. They don't know her. Neither do they actually want to know him. And my honor, two different things. They don't, because they don't want to be associated with. Like when this happened, friends gone. Business, like you said, when you introduced, you said, Tangatine, okay, then it was flourishing.
Yes.
Because of that.
Yeah,
so this is people demonize polygyny. So kudaro. So kuti that's what happened.
But are you not in an abusive relationship?
No, I'm not. It depends what you call abuse. But I'm not.
You okay?
Very.
Do you sometimes regret being in a polygamous setup?
I'm one person who ever since I've been a child, I've noticed what regret does to a person. I'm a believer. I don't regret. For example, if I'm with my sisters, tikanotenga drink, tikaona cha 50 cents. Tikapfura nepa shop parutenga soma drink, I don't check the price.
Okay.
That's the type of person I am. So ndikaita something and okay. Because I know from what I've learned when we're talking about the Israelites, Pavaka Buddha Chakavatindza 40 years was because they looked back. It wasn't because of anything. It was because they looked back. So I'm one person who, when I do something, I don't look back. Can I mistake? It's okay. Yatoitika takuto move forward.
Wow, yes,
so I don't regret.
You are strong. Then Pagaso introduced her, the second wife. My brother Gabriel. You never cease to amaze. But it's okay. Sister, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's Tanatwa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, now I know the names, right? Okay, Tanatwa. Tell me, what was it like, breaking the news to your families and say, okay, guys, I'm getting married into polygamous setup, marriage, how did they take it?
Maybe languages when and see ndakatanga kustashuko like my parents. Rangara tusika kare with my I have my little sisters. Where yakumba chimbondivista ndega.
Yes.
Sikapoka nzwa kuti zvoni gabu muri mumunhu. Akatomhanya straight kuna mama akati tanisa kudane muri mumunhu. Saka
but
of which
how did you meet this guy? Makasana say Kupi. What happened? With the guy?
All right. I met him aita skura. Papa takasangana pachikoro. Indetsvaga nzvimbo attachment.
Yes.
I pick vana. Saka
Duma babo. Then exchange numbers.
What
happened? Magada say.
All right.
I'm curious because this is the interesting part, because the first one obviously it's okay, but when the second, I want to understand that. Please, walk me through.
All right. He helped me kutsvaga nzvimbo.
Ipapo.
Not ipapo.
He was being nice. He was being nice.
Yes, I was being nice.
He was being nice and friendly.
For some reason.
And friendly.
For an obvious reason, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
She used to, she used to, okay, she will say a part, and I'll say my part.
Okay.
I saw her, like at the baby boy, like, like, I used to go pick up my kids. I've only school, my kids. So, to talk order, I'm driving and I'm like, this is, wanakirwa nebebati
Exactly.
but then you then as a man unotanga kupinda space yake
yeah.
Like zviya zvokuti pamusoro munoda kufura here that kind of thing but you are just trying to get into a space. That's what she's trying to say. So this girl was just friendly, was just nice, but she was not really like paying attention.
Yeah,
earlier than
but
she
you're
saw
now
me.
attacking.
Attack mode.
It's actually called attack.
You're not attacking. Attack you. So you then exchange numbers later on. You started chatting. Did he openly say it at first that I'm married?
Alright, but sangana like I said kuti ainopika vana.
Yeah.
Anje ndakangozindojiso wamtanatswa ndakati ndonzi badi. It's quite obvious. Because
it's not really quite obvious. Sometimes maybe badi my dear vakatofa. Well, men they'll kill. They'll kill takarambana, something like that.
Aiwa vanako ndakatozobvunza ngu later because then
for confirmation.
ndakatozobvunza ngu later kuti so are you married and the kids?
Remember, she was not interested. Iye ndianga ari kuatakwa.
Plus ndakanditori nepressure itsvaga
nzvimbo.
Yeah, saka
Saka pamakazitaka kunyatsodanana, right? Which year was that? Do you remember the year you guys met? 2014.
Is that 2014?
10-15.
Iwe uchingofunga pawaka graduate.
Ndipo makata 2014.
Attachment.
Yeah.
2014. Hey, pane chinguwa, right? Yeah, but a long time.
2014.
Mazonzi, right? Takunyatsodanana. But kumba kuna madam. Bremenya mlambo ya brains kuti it's not
So obvious because pakandiudza tanondida nditi. The first question was unondidi because knowing that you are married.
Yeah.
Unondidi. It was like ndakukurora. But you are already married.
Married, yeah.
So
Saka uda kundita ini chandaifunga like when I grew up ndainzwa kuti murume ukasangana murume munhu anenge ngokutambisa kubva kudhamba.
Yeah.
Saka that's what came into my mind. Saka uda kundita kuti wasikana tinongotambisa ubva ndine mwana ukoko vadzukira mukadzi wako. I'm not that type of
imagine elder kuchechi what to my position. Saka she was like what?
Yes.
Saka that was it. Then of us explained, no, I want to do a big family. I want to officialize you. Which a second wife, not a mistress, but a wife.
Yeah. So magazo no introduce kuna my guru in the magazo introduce after how long?
The first time they are introduced. You can narrate what happened. Yeah.
All right. So introduce we papi bachu.
Alright.
Pekutanga my first time seeing here takamvontura vana kuchikoro.
Yeah.
And then ndobva tapfana kubasa kwavo kwamama Elizabeth vaishanda pasipita nditi saka ndakasara mota then needed to wabuda saka just ndangowaona from afar
because
but atina kutaura tangoti hai this is Elizabeth, this is Tanaso. But kunyatso kunzi this is my girlfriend aiwa azvinoitika that day.
Okay, so
kana uchiruma kaobva ufuridzira uchimboona temperature uchimbogeja temperature.
But I'm not sure why people find polygamy or polygyny disdainful, especially women, but I want to understand from you, Elizabeth, people here kuti uri pachipari ndo zvakadai zvinoitika, but they often react judgmentally kazhinji kacho. How many times have you come across that, and what has been your reaction?
Sorry, how many times have I experienced what exactly?
Like when people are being judgmental and whatnot, yeah.
Or being judgmental. I know people look at you. No, most people really think being the first wife and vanofunga kuti for example Gabriel have got other wives and kuti ndakamubvumidza, like I own the matomwe
Usaite, yes, something like
I don't. I don't think anyone does actually, because apart from kana vasina kuita handiti even ndisina kumubvumidza anongoita. It's not like I'm not here kuti titi guys vana ukadai ndo kuti no, they do it already, but what we just advocating for is let it be on the open. Like I said, according to my belief, whatever you do in deception is a sin.
Yes.
Let it be open. And zvibudirise pachena kuti nini ndinonzi chamu chawadaro. I would feel comfortable with another wife. But be a man enough, be responsible enough to tell the wife and to be kuti uchita meet her needs. The security yacho, be the her security. Don't deprive you of anything. Kana kuya uchinonyepera ukuthi the reason we are chinetsa is because we are kind of like what you were saying, that's the issue. But people being judgmental, I have. Like I said, I've lost friends.
Yes.
Who later on. I remember, I think about 3 days ago, one of my friends was like, do you remember what we're still friends then?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Gabu said she's crazy, I don't want to be associated with her anymore, but I don't know why I stick along. That was a conversation with my friend. She's abroad now. So I'm like, people have been judgmental. I actually think even my sisters when they came or maybe maybe are slow mind, because ndo zvatinokura tichiudzwa kuti akapusa akazodai, that kind of a thing. I have seen that, I've experienced that, I experience it every time. Such that with wherever I am, I don't tell people what we are. They know later on. Ndo zviripo. I don't, and to family shambadza. They want to zozona vega. Some people actually think my sisters they are actually my blood sisters. But one of those
their sister.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh, that's powerful. So I want to know from all of you, Tanatswa and Lisbeth, are you ready for Gabriel to, bring in more wives?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
I don't think it's an issue. I think Kwandiri it's a non-event.
It's a non-event?
Yes. It's not an issue. It's not an issue. It's not like, no. Not really. In what ways? It's like according to my belief, right? Gabriel represents the Father. Like ancestors Christ and the church.
Yes.
And not Christ and the church. If Christ is the church, inini ose mwana wesangano ndingati aiwa Kristu vanhu varoramba vachitendeuka vawandisa iri.
Wow. Okay, no.
Yes. But according to the capacity that God has given him, and according to the capacity that Christ has for us.
So if it is to say today, guys, I'm bringing in my new wife, you're okay. You said you're okay with it. You also say you're okay with it.
Chatingatoita worried kuti iye wacho ari kuuya anokwanisa munhu akaita sei sivhira
rakamira sei pane vetting process kanoitwa kuti munhu apinde ave part of the family. Okay, so ndakuzonzwa vamwe vacho varipo vana madam varipo, because you've brought in your other wives as well.
Yes, my third and my fourth.
The third and the fourth,
The fifth is not around.
Oh, the fifth is not around. You have 5.
Yes, it's 5.
Where is the fifth one?
She stays with her mom and her grandmother. Yeah.
Why is she not staying with you?
I think I've allowed her. People are different in the way they live. And at this point in time, this season, if I may put it that way, she prefers being with her grandmother. She's elderly.
Okay.
And also she's running, because the grandma is a farm. So she's usually at the farm running, taking care of things. But she visits.
Does she get along with others?
Oh, very well.
Very well.
Check out their TikToks. You'll see there'll be 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the
Very
fifth
well.
one.
I don't take my video calls.
Wow.
Yeah. Titomboendesa vana tese
Even
out.
there's
You know.
only
Yeah.
social. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will get on.
So that's So most people get confused.
Is he
Because
the
sometimes
youngest? Is he the youngest wife?
Yeah. She's the fourth.
Okay.
So the mix up with maybe just to clarify on podcast. If you see on my Facebook, I'm about 5, I'm about 4, I'm about 5. Just to clear the air out is reason like you start at 4. Elizabeth. Sometimes it's kumumention in absentia. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's not necessarily we have to explain it every time.
Every time, yeah.
But no, this is the dynamic. Also, but let me take this opportunity. The way we stay is by choice, is by preference. If my wife decides to go to Mtares or to go to anywhere, she's that's the I have this policy. I want to be with a wife who wants to be with me. I don't want to stay with someone who wants to kumbunyikizo. No. We have a serious open door policy in our marriage setup. Yeah.
Okay.
So in a case, it's just a geographical issue. Most of the times, like what invite her, she's not around. She's out of town, and then whenever she can, she's always. I've got one kid with her. Yeah.
Gabriel, when you make the decision, to start courting or bringing in a new wife, does the matriarchy, your existing wives, get involved in that process?
Yes.
And if so, what role do they play in welcoming or helping, to integrate a new wife into the family?
So I strongly believe Kuti, a woman will only know another woman, just as a man will know another man.
Okay.
Saka, I it's a privilege. I find it a privilege. What I usually do, I won't allow this new woman or this new girl.
Yeah.
Could ask you, that's the dynamic.
Okay.
I'll only allow her to know that I'm a polygynous man.
Yes.
But the dynamic, Google. Zona later on, I think ask the younger ones.
Yes.
When you ask the younger ones, they'll tell you.
Exactly.
So these guys will be in the picture. I'll give you a random example. I'll go to my wife. I think
even when she came, it was not a shock.
Yeah, it was not like
it was not a shock, but truthfully, before we can do anything, every wife knows their husband.
Yeah.
If kanapane someone ningari paside,
It's not
ningatongonyepera kufeka kuzviziva, but ndenge nditozviziva. Ine nditoziva kuti kuna ningire kashoma tozongonyeperawo edu kufenda pamunozofa paya tichiti ndangasingaziva. But truthfully, because most women vanotaurira kuti kana ukangoonekwa chete kuti akuzviziva watovachatisa. Saka tisingadi kukupai what most people think, women think they've got power. Saka they want to abuse it. For example, they can deprive you of sexual things. Kuti ndo power rangu kana kuti saka ndichaini actor kunge ndisingazvizivi ndo power rangu. But I think it's foolishness.
Okay.
So ndakachi master urutonzwa chigamish. Ndakazoti hapa ndikada kuwanda. Women one not 6 cents or something like that. This is common. I think it's common knowledge. So now ndikuti pandakachi master ndebechi rather than kuti kutotangira kuna first. She's always been in the picture. So let me give you a random example. For example, baby, what do you think about this girl? Then probably like is in a world of information. Come on, chichi and you can do it. Zimongo conversation. Zimongo zvinondichazoramba andiri kutaura kakutonesa voice zimongo ndogonesa pa loud. You call me nditona madam ndotesa pa loud pa bluetooth motkari ndotanga kutaura newe toteta conversation chichi awatori picture watozoda aibirira Gabriel ndotozobvunza kuti what do you think and then that's when they come in and most mama in if I'm dating a girl or if I have a muskana and diary phone per side. I think they will testify, all of them. And policy.
Hello, baby.
Yes, baby. Hi. Zuri say. Zoguti ndatozo zitaura hapa ola, but most would not even pick. Kuti musia saka nandipa loud.
Oh,
saka timu, cause ando timu racho.
Exactly.
Indo timu racho.
My guy, you're a legend. Man.
Saka timu racho ngeto ripondo to dai baby chichi. Upale.
You're the king of this game.
Timu nooneka ere chichi volanje no andati ayebo katisangane totabo
Yeah.
totonakira kuti achibaby chise scrolla zvototanga kugoogle unzi already baby
Bo waraite.
kana kuti ndosaka like I think ozobvunza maka the way maka came I think it would be very interesting achakunakidza even maita
Yeah.
awari
You are aware just now. So, but tell me, Gabriel, how do you explain? I mean, to these ladies that you are quoting, Uti, guys, I'm married, or magunopinda mu polygamous
okay,
marriage.
so what happens is generally when I meet a woman, right, a lady, a girl, whichever way, usually mukaita friendly stuff. The first question was, are you married? I mean, it's like what she was saying. Kuti, aruvunza question aruvunza. Do you really think my age? Okay, maybe wari kwa uma bachelor, but I'm just saying. They'll be like, are you married? You know,
yes.
Saka ipapo ukatondivunza question watonibatsira no vanatoti yes, I'm happily married. Then they are shocked, like they are taken aback. What kind of? Because remember, they are used to be like, no, I'm not. My wife is in the diaspora. They are used to that. She said, "We women take to ziva."
Exactly.
You know, saka actually master game to ziva. Kundivuza, you are asking what you know. Saka let me answer you what you don't expect.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm happily married. And they'll be like, what kind of response is that?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I feel like I want to say, but are you really serious? But anyway, I just play along. So when I play along, I'm like, yeah, I'm happily married. Is there a problem with me being married and talking to you? But yeah, murume munu.
Exactly.
You know, so ipapo tutotanga ku brainwash na zvamboseka zviya.
Murume munu utazi.
Ndoti first of all, do you know chinonzi murume munu? Ola, do you know chinonzi akuna chinonzi murume munu?
Mazvinzwa guys.
Akuna.
Kureji.
Kune mukadzi wemunhu. It's biblical. This is andotara. It's culturally correct, biblically scripture. I can prove it through scriptures.
Okay,
because remember the name 1 Corinthians 8 verse 11. 1 Corinthians open. Can you just quickly read it? 1 Corinthians, is it 11:8 or 8:11?
We can confirm.
Just confirm with me because the name of viewers. I'm very excited about podcast. Just take any Bible. Anyone can, because it's not anyone. But whilst I'm saying that, and not to confirm it all. And the point that I'm putting across, scripture, all right, you will read it.
Yeah.
Why is it like so? A man is the seed bearer. I am an oven. And andikutaura to offend anyone. Whether you agree with it or not. The designer creator human beings. Akato creator seed. We are all men, human, right?
Yeah.
Umwe anonzi men, anonzi womb men. This is a womb men. We are tell my face. Look at my face song. When I'm talking to my wife, I'm face song. She say face song. I know my brother. So what we are saying is, this is a man with a womb, woman, womb man. That's what it means.
Okay.
Right? Saka munakati designer, our creator, whom we believe in. It means paka designer uyu akampa hovros in a womb in a design kuti anofana function in that sense.
Okay.
Doctor akapfeka hovros like dust coat rakere white. We know kuti ndi doctor. Builder construction worker akapfeka hovros yake blue. Tinoziva kuti ndi construction worker.
Yes.
It's exactly the same thing and describe apana. Kuti nini I'm designed to produce 1 million sperms per day, but more, I mean, how many million sperms per day? You understand what I mean? She's designed to produce 1 egg per month. So it means there's an intelligent, super intelligent being that's creating and designing the way it is. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So coming back, that means kuti inini ndakapiwa responsibility.
Yes.
I'm not choosing this. When I'm designed, I'm given the responsibility to own where I put my seed in.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
I get you.
Then these my incubators, they are being owned by the owner of Zinu Church. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
Yeah, my own face, my guru.
I'm still checking. I think that
off. My phone was
all right.
off.
No, that's fine. But I want to what follow chagazao. You know, in your household, the bond seems to go beyond just being, you know, co-wives and my guru. We've heard that sometimes you cross, you know, breastfeed each other's babies. Maybe Elizabeth, you want to assist us with this one?
Okay.
Tell us about that.
We do. If I'm breastfeeding and probably Tianato Aita order and she does the online stuff.
Yes.
There's an order that is there. You put immediate attention. Apana kana time you could I express some.
Yes.
David 8.
And for some reason our children avafarire nani. They even tikavatanga at an early age.
Abadi.
They react to it. So, but even vasingafarire nani, they've not reacted to their mother. Isn't this mother?
Yeah.
Even if there is another mother. So, because we are healthy people, and we are able to do that, we don't see any problem with it.
Or when you say you are healthy people, are you referring like you know each other's status?
Yes.
Or you all of you?
Yes. Until we are one.
Yeah.
Vanhu kana vachigara vari pregnant hazviiti kuti uregedze kuramba muchijungwa zvimatesti unotozviziva zviya zvandajungwa ndajungwa zvenenyaya
titariswe
kunzi baba ngauye kuno otariswa. So that's
you're still safe.
That's what I'm
what
saying.
do you mean still? We are always
still counting.
Isn't supposed to be actually, it's a true Pharisee, but isn't supposed to be, you know, discreet.
It's
supposed to be our privacy. It's our privacy.
Yeah.
So, Ola, okay, just my phone I get off Tazesa on. It's 11:08 because I didn't want to mix the figures.
Okay.
So, can someone like at the background?
I mean, you can read. It's okay.
All
you can
right.
read.
I can read so that this has ones and
All right, it's okay. 11:08. First Corinthians 11:8.
First Corinthians 11:8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Nechishona. Nokuti murume haave mukadzi asi mukadzi unobva kumurume. Yashona. The way is, yeah, but the man is not of the woman, but the woman is of the man.
Saka mukadzi ndochi.
Oh, sorry. Verse 9 you write, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Wazona. Murume anosikirwa mukadzi akasikirwa purpose. You understand?
Yeah.
We are created equal in the image of God. Like I told you, I respect a construction worker. Akafika blue suit. I respect a doctor. Akafika white suit. Yangonya functionality. I'm not any different with women. Function yakasiyana. Let's not mix the two.
Yeah.
I will never be a woman. Even if I try to get pregnant, I will never be pregnant. She will get pregnant. That intelligent, our Almighty God, when He was designing humans, He had that in mind. You know, when you are designing a car, when you are designing something, or you know the equipment, you have a purpose of it in mind. Saka azviiti kuti Mwari vakacreata woisa womb in a man woita all these designs. Nhasi tozongomuka tichiti hazvitomboiti. Zvirimo muscripture zvakanzi amen. Saka hakuna chinonzi murume wemunhu Ola. Asi kune mukadzi wemunhu.
Pakaipa. No, I get the point. Yeah. So I've noted that usually when you mention a polygamous setup to people, you know, they assume there is tension and rivalry, especially kumba and stuff. What has been your personal experience with that, and how do you keep peace at home? So
is it not better that she answers?
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe give us this one.
Because vakataura because he's pamupani
all right. So your question is how do we maintain peace?
My personal experience is enyu.
All right. Yeah. Just like any other home.
Yeah.
Like giving an example I grew up with sisters kumba kwedu. Taitonidzana chako chaiko zvokutoti taitana 3 days singataudzana with my blood sisters. Zvagara panosangana vakadzika. Imwe nemwe mafungira ake makafunga but now that takugara chesa nditi we are now mature. Tuma fights tinombowanika but not my fights etu vanhu vanotozosvika pakutozo.
Yes.
Tuma women fights to still necessary zvokuti kwete vanhu vakanzi mafights vanofungwa kuti noise yetu twana chato vatema mapoto ayewa not that tumwe tokungotiwo ndapfeka bhutsu dzavo those things but not are serious.
Not are serious.
So to answer, to just add on to what she said, I think also that's where I come in, and I think that's what I would advise also.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so to come in, I think that's what I would advise also even men who are with a big family. Could you are the central final say?
I think chinoita kuti madzimai anetsana is the guy.
Okay.
I also think chinoita kuti vamwene nemuroora vanetsana is the son. Mukomana munhu ari central ndiye anoita issue. Because kana if you went to woo achiti inini ndine utsvina anotondiona ndine utsvina. Kana akauya akataura nene kuti tanatswazo mazona ane mapundu ari kundibhowa. Naturally I borrow the offense. Saka when I see even ashandisa toothpaste yangu ndoda kushandisa izvizvi kana takamira toda kushandisa semira ndosvika ndimupusha apa because ndatobatira. Saka he has to be neutral. So for us he is the neutral person to go kugadzirisa nyaya kana pane nyaya because pane zvimwe dzisiri nyaya
pane zvimwe dzisiri necessary
dzekuti munhu asida kusuka maplates.
I'm glad they are both saying it and I'm glad now because those andoita ola ndikaona isiri nyaya yavanoti nyaya you know ndo takutaura papa wawo define him
exactly.
A lot of women issues are not even issues.
Yeah.
But pangoyo inenge itori nyaya kana vatozoenda panotaiwa kutachirira nyaya.
Because I look at them and I'm like seriously. Like seriously mutonetsana yapa papa.
Exactly. Nyaya yo iyi.
Masekera vari kuita ndozvano kumwaseka kuti
hapana nyaya.
You know like a heated up issue not always that because the thing is in our family.
Mzamborova ndipacheni. Simadzimai kuti zvazvasvika kuti hada kuzokumbokukiya iwe.
I think it's the managing and the family because what has happened is kana paine disagreement they should come to me.
Yes, first.
If she feels kuti Tanatswa adai she should come to me. Exactly. If Tanatswa feels Elizabeth adai they should. Saka I think because pane barrier usually because of that dynamic I think that's how I also manage the
so
the
you
ladies.
don't take sides when you are
can ask
that's
them.
why I say it's usually big fires because what happens is when you go with your issue to Gabriel and he knows that is when you can anono report someone.
Yes.
Not because pamwe aruda kutoita zvaaita firstly but secondly usually ndinenge ndapinda pajudgment seat ndiri kuona zvaaita but handisi kuona kuti it takes two to tango inini pamwe ndaitawo something so what he does the reason ndoti is big fires then anozviripotera because anozotanga kugarisa pasi probably iye nekuti anenge asiri emotionally in that heated thing anoti aiwa iwe usikuona kuti iwe wadai uyu ndokusaka azodai
you're very gadzirisa. So in a family with multiple wives, you know, there is often a challenge of sharing, you know, husband's time, like your attention, intimacy, you know, attention and affection. How do you each navigate that? And has there ever been a sense of competition among you guys?
So to answer that, ndichibva pane zvaataura ndichiuya uko. I strongly believe men are logical in thinking. They are more level-headed. This is my belief system. I stand corrected though, and I think women are more emotional human beings than men are. You understand what I mean? They tend to make my decisions out of emotion. Saka, knowing with that background and that knowledge, that's how I am able to do these meetings. Sometimes I'll just figure out my wife is highly charged and so emotional. Saka, everything right now. The world right now ingori chaos. Saka I try to just bring that chaos to calmness. Those is a clarity. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are not papas nanya. You know, because women tend to be emotional beings and we need to respect that. But they are just emotional.
Okay.
Whoopee cushions. Emotional. You get what I mean? So now coming to what was the question again?
The question is
the competition and
stuff. And also sharing time. Yeah. Time and attention, affection.
I'll answer on my behalf, then they can also.
No, let them answer first.
First, all right.
Yeah.
I have noticed in our family. Kuti we are diverse, we are unique. There are things that I like that she doesn't like, that the other person doesn't like, that the other one doesn't like.
Yeah.
So it does not make sense, for example, like nduda kuyapa issue competition. If I like ice cream, okay, I like ice cream. She likes my hot wings. Saka over handitengera ma hot wings. Is that not witchcraft?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Or over handitengera ice cream. She doesn't like ice cream.
Exactly.
So it's like so he manages that. Kuti umwe na umwe according to what she likes.
Yeah, that's a guy.
Okay. And each we normally tinogara kazhinji kacho when you are home. Tinenge tiri tese.
Right.
It's good for bonding. Yes, yes,
we stay
together.
Okay.
So when I get home, I'm not in one bedroom.
Okay.
So ndikaenda bedroom kwa uyu, everyone comes. Ndikaenda bedroom kwa uyu, everyone comes. If I'm in my bedroom, they are all here. Most of the time, we are always in the same.
Yeah, but there are times when, like you said, women are emotional beings. Like I also said, sometimes in my hormones anenge akangoita saka pamwe munhu atori charged pekuti pamwe ari kungofeel insecure or they are feeling unloved. He then comes in. We understand. Because you've been there. So you understand it. Kana totomboti mamboona here kuti munhu yaasonyatso kazhinji kacho like your question yamatobvunza kunetsana kwatinotoita it's usually between him and me or between him and him isusu amutozoborowa offense kana kuti instead of yekuti tinonetsana ini naiyi manjisa saka because of that usually tikandona mwari sei totomubvunza kuti ase pane zvamamuita
exactly
you get the point because isusu pachedu tinokurumidza kunzwirana
kuti pane zvikuitika exactly
because we understand each other like you said kuti women know women so it's easier it's like I have a sister ari padhuze.
Okay but I'm interested jealous when it comes to sex we time did this time
jealous is in kuti nikurwadzira kuti vari kuitirei
dziri kuwandira uko
unoziva kuti chiola sometimes kutombozviona kakushaya zvokuita pfungwa dzako dzinenge dziri idle because seriously une zvokuita zvakawanda pfungwa dzako dziri ufunga basa utsvafunga tsvagamarika zvokumbotarisa kuti zoni nhasi vaita 5 days uku kupenga koko kushaya zvokuita akushaya zvokuita.
You know what I think Ola is, and I like what she said. Usually women, chinoita kuti tifarira kuita one. Women we love idolatry, so we idolize the guy. I have, in my experience being in this relationship and even patati Tega. Remember Takaita both lives. When we were to Tegaka, I used to idolize this guy. I think God was angry, kuti my thinking. Kuti sha, this is now becoming your God when I'm here. So now when we are together, like for example, tiri 5. Pano zo let's say kana tikafunga sokuti ada kuya ku bedroom kwangu if they zvakadaro akazoya after 5 days what have I done the past 4 days for my growth, for my spiritual growth, for my mental growth, for my physical growth? There's so many things life is not really circulated around sex. Even if they nangandiri one patatitori one pachi pamwe would actually the occasional the sexy yachi yanga itori shoma than now surprisingly but you've got so many you are not just
sitting and waiting to have sex.
Pananga ndiri one ndaingoti zuva rese pandinongoita free time Gabriel ndikangota esega so you don't have time to make money, you don't have time to fill yourself up unenge uri grumpy and what you don't have a life but when you are in this setup you've got your life
and I think this setup is actually good for women because unetime yokuita zvaunoda you know sometimes totomboti tombosekana kumba sometimes kana when I feel like I want to be alone ndinofunga musoro
omega zwe
saka unopinda sovona munakara bangoti she's sleeping oboinda kubona munakaba because you want to be alone that's what about
that you really want to be
awuskuna zizozo
so imagine uri one manje unongosila
and that's what I do zakutara I can ndikuda to confirm zakutara kuti ndinotoziziva iwo afunga ndandiziva ndoziziva mabhebhe kuti when I get into a room ndotogona body language ika
and so
wangu tsvaga mamajiri so andatora nditovhura bedroom yake ndongoona kuti ndototi alright it's okay hi sweetie chichi ndotobuda you understand what I mean izvozvi she's got a baby tiri papodcast mwana wamusitamusiye iwo you can ask
exactly
you understand what I mean so these are the advantages
they were mukaka izvozvika
autoyamwiswa
exactly so
that's why
akatochema tozomba muzava
wow so you find kuti even right now she's doing what she's you know the recuperating munoti chiri munhu kana abva kupaleba and stuff she's you know we are all support structures yes rejuvenate ina ndiso worried kuti ndibikire andito izvozvi right now ndotombo uku ndotozoti offline kwakatoti tsvatara nditomboexpect kana socks kana chini for the next few weeks until ndatozoona iye akusiloti arega ndimbobigirawo blazwe kana kuti rega ndimitiro something izvozvo right now atori offline chatiringoita kungowahosta vanenge vachingota handowana pawapinda tatutokuti mwakabata mwana mwakachete izvozvozvo.
Wow. So Gabriel, can you just simply say that you love all your wives equally, or are there seasons where you say this one is my favorite?
I love my wives equally, but I treat them with equity.
Explain that.
Equity is you treat them as who they are. Equally means the love that I have for Elizabeth is exactly the same love I have for Tanasi.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. And that love, which I strongly believe is also your believers in Christ. As Jesus has loved you, he also loves me.
Yeah.
So that's the love I strongly have for these women. Like I love these women dearly.
Right.
Each one of them. Equity comes in kuti zvataura Elizabeth kuti now I have to, it's my responsibility to start with Elizabeth anodei. How can I be a better man for her every day? Zvinoda tanatswa handizvo zvinoda Elizabeth. Ndakafarira example hapa which is very practical. She's a sweet toothpaste. Vanofarira zvinhu spicy my hot wings. Ndinotostada ndotoona kuti Elizabeth ndowe chocolate biscuits and stuff. How do I perfect my act nezvaanoda? Atitaura zvamabiscuits but ndikupa an example. Same with Tanatswa. I perfect my act yekuti anoda chii. You understand what I mean?
I get it.
Izvozvozvo in my mind ndozvinoti waramba ndirambe ndine interest nawo ndonakidzwa nazvo. I think that's how men are wired. Ndosaka kuti murume kana ane mukadzi wake anozongoenda girlfriend nechi. I think we are wired that way. Kuti we need that excitement iyoyozvo. Saka for me it's just that kuti it's simple. And I'm not hiding phone, I'm not hiding behind. Ndingosvita pachena. You know, I can just call her in town
anytime.
Baby ngatidai totoita zvandozoti anofarira. I can use other time to do what specifically she wants. Then tozoti tine zvinhu zvatinoita
as a family.
As a family. So right. Like if I may put it, ndine 3 inner circles. Inner circle nderoti nina Elizabeth tiri 2. I have a relationship with her. Then I also have a relationship with Elizabeth with her sister wives. Yanga achitaura kuti anenge kuti mamboita sei Tanatswa Tanatswa not okay. Then tozita outer circle rine the kids and everyone involved.
Okay.
So that's how our relationship is like.
Okay. So I know, let's talk about the household responsibilities. Each one of you has a role in the family. Can you just maybe share how household duties are divided among you guys and how financial decisions are made? Does each wife contribute differently to the budget?
Okay. So what happens is tese tinoshanda. There's this illustration so good I would have loved to do it put across that I've put kumboko. I don't know if you've seen that picture. Kekuti vanhu vanenge vakatakura log 3. Then one vachipfuura pagomba so. Then the other 2 vakatsika, the other one haana kutsika, but wese wakabata log. So this is how we think as our family. So what we are saying is kudzimba uku kunotombonyarara hakusi kutengesa financially saka kwakatonyarara. Ndikupa example anditika uku kuri kuita mari kuhomwe. You understand what I mean? Saka mari uku iri kusapota kwese throughout. Ndoda kupa example asi kuti because vamwe vanhu vachatadza kunzwa kuti saka haaprovide here. Ndikutaura wandibvunza how do I do manage the monies. Ndikutaura as a whole, mine included. Saka what am I saying is the mindset yatinayo ndeyekuti Elizabeth doesn't have to worry about day-to-day things like fuel and stuff like that.
Yes.
Because she has a sister anogona ira fuel motikari make otoita zvinhu zvaari kuita during that time. Paanoita probably lump sum akujegerawo kune uyu kwazvazviri ku. Do you get what I mean? Saka we always encourage circulation mari in between the big family. You understand what I mean? Kuti yaenda uku kana handisina uyambo jego. Saka when it comes to household, my women have got my WhatsApp groups. One WhatsApp group rakanzi kitchen. Ravanodza auntie zvokuita what indiripo as a behind the scenes person. Ndechingona hangu zviri kuitika. So ndopa vanenge vachicoordinator in terms of kitchen matenga ere takari especially my groups my WhatsApp groups anotibatsira tisaduplicate zvinhu. You know, like you have in situation uyatenga nyama but kana zvakakommunicate uyu anogona kuti guys ndatenga nyama chichi umwe vaziti inini don't worry kwandiri ndichauya nemapotatoes chichi woti ndatenga salad chichi Saka everything is is coordinated. Utori pa WhatsApp group you can actually tell that okay kitchen
let's talk about the inheritance and the future planning.
Okay.
In polygamous families, inheritance can sometimes bring conflict if it's not clearly addressed. You know that. So how do you and your wives think about preparing for the future so that all the children are treated fairly?
And in the way I've planned it, remember, I always go back to my foundation. We use biblical foundations, biblical principles, if I put it that way. Equity number taura, firstborn, secondborn is shenda shidaro. Number one. Then number two, inheritance per se. I strongly believe to build our business and stuff is for the children, yeah, to take over and carry over. But the way we are doing it, we identify what their strength is, what their gifts are. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like for example, I've got my son Divine. Ever since he was young, Shamar anoguruna zvinu ukamtengera toy unoona yakanzi mara.
Exactly.
Saka in our mind, we come here and we're like, he could be an engineer. At school we are perfect, but it's something we are studying our kids. We do my meetings with my wives. Totanga kuti Divine tomu taura nezvake, totaura D, totaura nezvake, totaura Deron, totaura nezvake. Do you get it?
Yeah.
We are trying to figure out okay, anofara zvipi. Saka tomu support us say. So we have a situation like D. With D anofara art and stuff like that. So you should be like taking a 7 arts.
Yes.
We are trying to empower her so that her mind, she's fully equipped. With mindset,
Oh yeah.
Do you get what I mean? We're doing the best we can. I'm doing the best I can. By God's grace, I've empowered my kids. It's a plus. But you want for longer in a mindset to be honest.
I totally hear you. I agree with what you're saying. But God forbid, let's say anything happens to you, Gabriel. But have you already put systems in place, like legal, financial, or cultural,
we are in the process,
to guide how inheritance will then be handled in your family? We
are in the process.
Right. The lawyers.
We are in the process of doing that.
Yeah.
These are some of my dynamics that comes with just work, and I say these are the things that are ongoing, that you are putting in place. Like I told you, part of why we do the business we do is because we are thinking the kids are here. Hopefully by God's grace they'll take over. Hopefully they will like what we are doing and they'll take over from whatever we are doing. Ndandikuda kwedza kuexplain nda generalize about ndati andito create wana wari ku anticipate right saka mudhara kana azofa because wachandiuraya elika because inheritance. I hope you are answered. You get what I mean?
Get it.
So far the family that is there, you understand what I mean? We are empowering each other. But in the event, God forbid, I die today, wawana kusiyana kwakaita ma dynamics of how their monies are coming. Uya achati hey nditoda mari yake kwanotengesa ningiri. You understand what I mean? And also even the little things that we have 3 circles. Pane zvinhu zvaElizabeth zvatoziva kuti ndezvani?
Elizabeth.
Pane zvinhu zvatanatswa zvatozinzani? Zvatanatswa. I don't know. Maybe we should clarify. I don't know.
Tell me something.
B. Elizabeth azomhanya unatanatswa. Tell
me something. Culturally, when Elizabeth musaronzi mwara mutonga nerufu afa, culturally the relatives would come, they would say okay, toda mapfiwe emwana wedu, toda kitchen. You guys
how do we always answer that, girls?
You guys mentioned same kitchen.
Same kitchen.
Exactly.
What we have always answered, if that happens, even if kana vakatora, we are not. It's not like vatora mind yanguka. They've just taken something that she uses. So we can anti agara rungisha stuff you. They can have it. And
then you replace her.
To replace her.
Yes.
Then but no form the next thing.
We replace.
That's us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Handitine zvawatotara zvekitchen. It's a good example. Vanhu vakatouya pakatota hama dziri kuti toda maplace da chichi tongoti choosai
muri kuda
wotora.
Then you replace.
We are okay with that.
Oh, okay. Then the bed, of course, they say bed they want to do. Then
if they want,
it's there.
If they want.
Vanotora mubhedha womwana wose handi mwana uyu anenge achirumba nyu. Let's say if it is my uyu. Yeah, I think baba vabereki vanenge vachita musikanzwa.
Ari kutaura pane mafamilies akadaro.
Vanotora mubhedha.
Vanotora kuti mukadzi afa.
Mubhedha, otora mapoto, otora.
Because inini what I know ndekuti mwana musikana kana ashaya. Vanotora zvemukicheni nehembe dzake. Kwete mubhedha.
Begumbeze
nechi.
Blanket Elizabeth rinoenda.
Nembhedha.
Boza vangaita mubhedha. Okay. Nditeka kunzakana chiwana, right?
Okay.
Bovanda lipa mubhedha. Ndo washatsa nemwana wedu. Vanenge vasinga alawe kuti munhu auye ashandise mubhedha unless if vari kuita chinonzi chigaro chimutsa mapfiwa pari kuunzwa mumwe mukadzi ari kubva kumba kwana Gabriel kuzotsiva imimi. Nditoziva vanhu vari nemapolygamous setup anoitika even Elizabeth the first wife akanzi afa pane vamwe vakadzi 3 already panotongounzwa wekumba kwenyu kuti amutse mapfiwa ndianoshandisa mubhedha iwoyo and that 12.
Okay.
Ndikanyidzi chimutsa mapfiwa. Saka kana pasina that person vanotora mubhedha iwoyo negumbeze ne kitchen.
Suppose papa sina mukadzi saka murume andosara asina mubhedha.
Andosara asina. Otenga mumwe because akunza mumwe munhu.
Kana what if is the other way? Saka if he dies, for example, let's say if he dies. Sorry ndakutodzidzawo.
Yeah.
So if he dies,
avatore mubhedha wake.
Why?
I don't understand. Iculture. Avatore mubhedha. Munosara mune mubhedha muri pamba. But at the same time remember ndo makusvibisa musha wanu munotori because remember kana afa uyu ndakutangita kutareko yari different but I know kana afa uyu imi masara panouya anogara naka anogara naka kana akagara naka yomubedroom like kudhara kudhara kwasakagarwa nhaka yangunzi yechiuma zvinodanisara pavana vaitogarwa nhaka yemubedroom so aigara nhaka yemubedroom ndo bedroom anenge achishandisa roro it's the same thing. Vana vari kuzvara like ini ndikafa my brother will just take over like vana vari ingori same blood hapana kuti vamwe tiri mwana bamunini vana vadhedhi zvakangofanira tiri vana vakana nhingi saka ndo kasetup kanenge karipo you get saka ndo pano vachiti toda mapfiwo emwana wedu stove yemwana wedu vari kuita kuti okay takuitora because right ndopandopangana chibvunzira zvangu. Okay, tanatswa before mabuda ndati mutitsanangurire imi kuti what's your take on polygamy? What do you think about polygamy now that you are in that situation? Maybe zvokumbonzwa but now that you are in that situation what do you think about it?
All right, inini now that I'm in ndavamazvira nditi ndakona kuti it's a very good thing. Ndakona kuti zvandaifunga nezvandainzwa ndichikura zvakatosiyana nezvirimo because I'm like alright gandipe example order zvakafanana nepostori handisi John Masowe you know I grew up tichienda kuMasowe tichitopinda postori but back then tainyara kunzi toenda kuMasowe because vanhu vakatafunga postori vantafunga chinhu chakashoreka vanhu vekuva vanenge vari poor magamens avo ewhite ari off white you know but izvozvi now that there is someone right let me mention pana say we can wanditi you know kubva pakauya say we can wachindojusa the things zvekuMasowe everyone is now proud to see ndo anenda kuMasowe because after being ukatenda kuMasowe kanobva pana say we can and everyone is now proud to say ndoenda kuMasowe because of pane someone akachibudisa kuti chiluke zvakanaka and he is trying kubudisa kuti kuMasowe hakusi vanhu varombo chete zvataifunga kare isusu kuti kuMasowe vanoenda kunoshandirwa vanhu vanenge vasina mari but now I'm seeing kuti kunotoshamisira kuti ndoenda kuMasowe. So just like in our polygamous marriage usiri mazvirika unongutonyara like ndipo kutanga that was zvandaifunga pokutanga when he approached me ndafunga ati so how am I going to tell my friends kuti ndiri pamurume ane mumwe mukadzi but izvozvi now that I'm into it ndakona mabenefits acho I'm actually proud to post myself to post my sisters pa social media because tiri kuchibudisa zvakanaka kuti chinyatso kuluka kuti it's not always about fighting and drama
amusi kuchimanikidzira rechinhu chacho.
No, we are not. We are not.
Or kuita for the eyes,
for the sake of people.
Yeah, people kuti wangobelieve kuti ndiri kufaya icho mukati chisiri kufaya.
No.
You know, like munhu akapfeka boot size dinga boots inenge yakanaka but zvakapenywa zvakagonyeswa so kuti
aiwa like he mentioned earlier kuti we have an open door policy.
Yeah.
You know, pane open door policy olaka muna ndepekuti zvoni you are free to go kana usiri kuda. Hapana kabatwa kunzi wangu vapana pacheti pakashata.
Yeah.
Asiri kutoda ntungoenda. So it means inini staying there for these years it means parikufaya ola.
Yeah.
Parikufaya. Otherwise then akabuda kare.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, I thank you so much for sharing your side with us here. Rikatinzwe zvipamberi. Welcome back to the On the Spot special edition. Here joined by Gabriel Mapfunde with 4 wives. Warimum studio. So now I've got the other 2. Say from these 2, Matipaisha and Makanaga. They are here. Hi, my good. Welcome, Matipaisha. How are you? Maita Isha. Sorry. Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Maita Kurise Kumba.
Right.
Great. And Maka?
Hi, Ola.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to have you.
Likewise.
I see you guys are always happy, you're always smiling. You know, I love that, you know, as a family. Yeah, I think what makes you happy as a family every time you are happy, you always, you know, move together, everything, you do your things together. But maybe let's just start by sharing your experience of, meeting Gabriel. You know, akataura chokwadi kumana kuti nini kudeni kuna mai guru tinakunzwa from you. Let me start with you, Maka.
Okay, so pandakasangana na Gabriel takasangana kwa mtari ndashinda pa Econet.
Yes.
So ndangoti let me just take a break ndipa basi then shamwari yangu inshami inoshandira kwa mtari koko.
Yeah.
Like taishanda opposite and opposite. Ndaenda kwanaenda kodyira sana angosvika kuneshi this guy akutongondifuna pane munhu kuno kwandotione
exactly
saka pakuti ndimuoneka aingoda ungoti ndingonzwe the side rake tane many wives and stuff senyaya saka ndakasvika vatonta this is Gabriel chichi then this is Maka and stuff satogara ndakutodya and this guy ndakadzana naye and stuff aingoita zve comedy chichi ndakati it's okay, nice to know you Gabriel, nice to know you Maka and stuff. Saka as time kutodya vanzi mfeso uyu dautombotasa TikTok mbotasa TikTok yake ngati ndotasa TikTok yake
pane exactly
then avatonta this guy is interesting. He has 3 wives.
Yeah.
Kanopenga
Hey.
Pengere
Shocking.
Swanzi sure kati wangani swanzi akuna vakadzi vanogarisana azviite kozi ndo zvakamandakakurira
exactly
kozi ndakabva kuti inini nemunhu wangu chai tombomarana kwakuzoti
avo
chinohani aimi ndo zvandakaita barikati kuseka.
Yes.
So akati zvesure kati vanatombvunza ndikati munhu zvatai chokwadi ekautaita mafanisi
exactly
vatonti serious
ndine 3
vanatoti ndakutombogara zvekubasa izvi zvandatombozvikanganga chimbondipa histori yenyu
timbonzwa nyaya
kuti muri kuti chi pasaka angarumhanyira kubasa pawashandira kwamutani saka vaiti gati exchange maconduct chichi tozotaura tisuyo saka tasada shami ndakubva kuseka kati
munhu wako
uyu mafanisi nomu kutoita vakadzi hopo
exactly
kana maposto chaiwani
exactly arikari mawani but
ndakatara pakuti ndainzwa kwete kuti ndaiona kudzwa zvazvekuti muchikura mune muchinzi vakadzi vagarisane vengagara natete amwene mune muchikonetsana those kind of stuff.
I see. So makadanana for makazotanga kudanana after how long?
Maybe after 6 or 7 months.
After maonana that
after taonana
that day
on that period kwakungo honest taona chichi ndindaito interrogate.
So imimi chichakazari muzove interested to say onino ndakuda munhu
zvakafanana nekuti ukawarambochiona munhu every day ka uzogumama kuzotongoita mafeelings.
Exactly. Ndo zvakaitika ipapo.
Ndo zvakaitika.
Samakati munhu uyu bo
Munobozwe sure.
Magata, I don't mind being the fourth.
Pekutanga, like pandakasusangane my sisters.
Yes.
Mazwachi naiti the wives. That's so weird.
Exactly.
Kuti like waitotambira kuti at least our husband ane munhu kwamutari.
Exactly.
Anokwanisa kunga achimutarisa.
Wow.
Even akabva basa maybe vanongoita vanoti zvazokuti noenda uchiona kuti washeni right and stuff chichi someone ari dating.
Yes.
Saka pandakazoenda akafana kati this lady I think she's atori serious.
Exactly.
Kupi na mbori serious kupi. Vakuda kutoona kuti mafanizeka kuti
I'm
dreaming.
Yee.
Tona they ask they welcome me very well.
Yes.
Zvakanaka zvokuti mindset yanakada ninayo kana ndakazodzokera ndanayo yangatosiyana
kuti pana vanhu vawanza welcome yakanaka.
Saka Shami paakazobvunza kuti imika vanhu makutodanana ke hauna zvakati apana Shami just a feeling yakatongoitika and the way pandakazotosangana nemadzimai zvakabva zvatoita even more kuti ndaitoirana nemadzimai at the same time tikuirana nemunhu wangu saka tatoa chinohwani.
So hazvina kumbokukanganisa anyhow kuti but pamwe zvinhu izvi pamwe dangodhampa kada kungoshandiswa or something like that?
Pandakazoenda kumba like pandakaenda kumba kune masisters ndo pandakaona kuti these guys atori serious. But back then ndengoti regati
mhosva kupi. Okay, I understand you were once married before.
Yes,
tell me about that.
Like ndakatoita a wedding and stuff with the guy. Tikati naumba chichi zvinongoitwa zvesvo. But pandakapinda marriage, I will say by my side, kuside kwangu, I was young. Angangototi mahumbwe.
Yes.
Like pandakapinda anopinda nchizoti ndikunosangana nechi. Like mukuru mchinziwa mumembe ndakwana tete chichi by this generation mazwano kwana tete. Hapana. Saka patakapinda him being young also in also young. Tatingoneka kunetsana and stuff chichi. Marriage monetsana but pane pamunotsona kuti apa musisiri mature. Like munhu anogona kuvoti ko makatochata saka wakateterera kwapedzera time yavanhu and stuff chichi muchidaidzana. But vanhu havazonzwisisi kuti chichi chichitika under the roof.
Oh yes.
Saka I will say kuti zvinhu zvakawanda zvaitika zvokutoti kuti kusaiti kwake taigona nga takateseka but we are not together. Yange yangu aimba kuti
you were together for how long?
For 3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
Then after that you makaita muri yenyu makaita vana?
Takaita mwana naye.
Okay. Then that's ndo makazo-move on.
Like takatotaurana kuti then vatangodaidzana date and stuff vatatotaurana chichi.
So makazondana naGabo after how long?
Like murikuti
after this marriage.
After.
Okay, after a year. Mazo move on.
Then that move on.
No, that's quite clear. Okay, no, that's fine. Then let's talk to, you said Maita. I mean, why do you call it na matipa? I don't know. Maita. Okay, tell us about your side. Magwana na say namkoma Gabu and
Okay, ndegara na mama ku meboreno. Esinti mainini.
Yes.
Saka pa kuonana na mama pandegara na mama esinti ndevati mama.
Yes.
Yanga friend ya date.
Oh yes.
Indeti ndengu wati mama friend ya date.
Yes.
Bayura na date maybe bayidzidza veseri kuchikoro.
When you say date, you referring to Gabu?
Yanga friend ya date.
Okay.
But ndevati mama boss ndevashandira. Saka mama vakauya through date.
Yes.
Anonzi date
vakauya through mama
yes. Friend yavo.
Yes.
Ndobva vati chibebi chinodini ndochida. Saka mama ndobva nditi maini ndobva nditipira zvikanzi chinyi usanzwa. Vanonzi badhi ndasingavasati vanonzi badhi. Vanonzi badhi kana Gabriel kana Tinashi. Chidini usanzwa. Ndobva ndambaita sindatira but date kana vada chinhu vanoramba chidini vachishingirira. Saka vaishingirira mama enda kubaza voti Maita ndokufarira chichi ndomboramba-rambavo Maita ndikamuna beta ndide because vatondiudza andudza chokwadi akatoti andonzi Tinashi kana kana kuti badhi kumba kunotori namaidhi apa indetowo neboyfriend andadana nawo saka pakudanana apa ine handigoni kuita ezini kudana nevanhu 2 ndakabva ndatosiya boyfriend yandaendana nayo ndobva ndakutoda baba ndakatomusiya ndobva ndatoti konzerta nadhedhava tinozochoko bcause tiri murelationship neboyfriend aindinyepera achindichita achiti bhebhe wangu ndiwe wega chichinyi but achindinyepera saka ndakazoona munhu akandiudza chokwadi ndikati ndomirirei ichibva ndadala
handiti isusu we are here advocating for marriage saka and it's a process, you know that, right? Saka yes, I do. Saka in summary, I get I'm talking to a nucleus family, and a nucleus family and to tanga tamzia kuno. Tamzia tese me and my wives and stuff. We start the process. Iye ndiani ngakuchi guide.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? And each and every process yakasiyana. Azinakufanana. Right. It's not like one size fits all. Like process ukuku inema dynamics ayo. Inengene previous lives you manage why mwana and stuff like that. Same in the process kunoku. Kuti inengene process yatakati in this case kuna mainini yawanga wachivunza sweetu na mine was against it completely. Bless you my friend. This is how we grew up together in school and what she was we had a background. Then when I met her through my friend who is related to her. Saka she was against it. Zambotara Elizabeth good anenga chifilo saka Elizabeth achati nini yangabu ndinda konzeresa so she was totally against it. Saka we had to manage it. Then we had to manage wana mama nana de dokubudiriro, you know, like mama relatives like then before tatomboshika ku process ye kunana like the original. Saka usually to in short yes, you know, I'm advocating for marriage kurora ngatirore madzimai or my girlfriends edu. But my processes are just one size fits all. Each and every one and my dynamics, so it's just a matter of
in personally pama contraceptive akandiramba. Why? Because before Gabriel ndakatomboedzwa mashandisa in fact ndakatoshandisa ese akandiramba saka ndaiti ndaigona kubleeda or ndaita maheadaches ndaita heavy bleeding yayi kuti ndaigona kutopedza mwedzi wese saka nazoenda kuti akati it's better mangu bosiya then maybe pakaita another new product maybe you can try also saka zvakandiramba
so you don't use that
shandisi
okay so kana musingashandise contraceptives zvinofamba sei manje pakuita mwana neka kuti pakuda kuavoid
nini naGabriel takawirirana kuti soniso if the time comes tichiite then we do it but patiri kuita we are very cautious kuti you know
exactly
saka kana zvazoita then that's it
no that's fine. Let's talk about intimacy and emotional connection. My brother Gabriel, you know, just plug us. Give us the plug or give the men the plug out there. Munoshandisa the same data because you know kuna mwana cheza guchu I just have a supplementary but what do you use, you know, to boost the machine?
Personally at the moment currently I'm not using anything. The reason being I'm one person who believes in the natural or maybe my herbs could try to make the body as natural as possible and try to push the limits. And actually pushing the limits is and this could aziti for myself. I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying kana ndichiri kuzwa fit ndichiri kuzwa ndiri normal. I would rather push kusvika ndakunzwa kuti maybe I need but currently currently I'm okay. Then also one thing chandaka discover ola ndechekuti I don't get bored. Pande pambotara my first wife kuti patatiri tega we didn't do that much often but now it's different. Ndakatotaura ndakatozviona when I was with my patati monogamy, we never really used to have that much often. Not because there was any problem, but now it's actually different. Saka ndakazorealize that okay, saka munhu kana achimhanya ola handiti achita ma-exercise achitwa ma-100 meters akazomhanya ma-sports akaita 100 meter dash achimhanya nemunhu asinga exercise obviously their body mechanism is different. So I think God has designed a human being in such a way, a man, you know, in such a way kuti ano adapt to the environment that is exposed to, just like tikapinda muno someone angonopinda muno muri stuffy isu atezvinzwi because body yedu no adapt. So I feel like my body is adjusted to the capacity and
but don't you feel like it's demanding?
it's not I don't even feel it anymore. You know,
it's okay.
It's normal. I don't even feel it.
But are there days where you feel like, no, today or this week I'm not going to touch
yes,
any...
if you're asking that.
Yeah.
No, we do take... Our life is not centered around sex per se. We have a lot of... there's a lot of activity which comes in with a big family. Saka, what you're asking, I think maybe, if I heard you correctly, yes, I have my days off. Definitely.
Yeah.
I have my days off where... no, this guy... my own space.
You'll be tired, or sometimes you'll be like,
sometimes
okay.
I'm just tired of work. I'm on a long trip or something. I just want to be myself. I want to be in my room. You understand what I mean? Yes, there are days like that.
So you do have your own room.
I have my own space. I take time to take my own space to regroup myself in terms of business, in terms of kids, in terms of everything.
Yes.
Like that, you're in denial.
Okay.
It's not like it's not like it's 24/7.
Yeah, a roller
it doesn't exist. No,
okay, that's fine.
exist.
So I once heard something like, okay, you guys sometimes you even do, or you sometimes you have like the sex thing together, like the 4 of you, or even the 5 of you in one room. Is that true? How do you guys do it? Maka, tell us, Maka, how do you guys do it? In one room, 5 of you.
And let's pass. You know, pass.
But I really want to know this one. Please do me a favor on this one. Just this one, Maka.
In short, we are one.
You're one. In short, you are one. What does that mean? You're confusing me.
We are one. Tomorrow, one person. Saka, we are dynamic like that. Can I give you with scripture? Those that anaconda, they will bombard me. They are not the scripture because that's why, you know what? I'm not apologetic because I draw my values from our culture, from our Christian background. Like I said, Panambo Tawara earlier, the Book of Solomon, Songs of Solomon, another wish has a chat, but people don't want to use it. It's an intimacy kind of book.
Okay.
If you read Songs of Solomon 1, per verse 5, Solomon is bragging about being black.
Okay.
So I confirm he's a black man. Then per verse 3, the women, they say, we get into his chambers. We. There's a plural. We get into his chambers. His chambers, I see chamber, a toilet.
Exactly.
We know what
the bedroom.
Exactly. So I will use the same concept if that answers you.
Okay. So they get to your chamber.
But not in a perverted way.
Yeah. Okay. So,
not in a perverted way. We are not perverted. We don't reverse roles. We do as my roles. And we get into the same environment. Yes.
So the 5 of you in the one in the same room. But do you make sure how maybe let me put it this way? How do you make sure you satisfy everyone? Because when I mean okay, I'm going to be like blunt. I'm going to be blunt, you know. You want to make sure that everyone comes, right? 5 of them. How do you make sure that everyone is satisfied?
Any mature men who are not going to answer, but on behalf of all the mature men, especially for the ladies, because that's probably, I know you're asking for the ladies.
Yeah.
From a man's perspective, from what I know, anditi unoziva ola kuti ukarara na madam wako ukasangana ne girlfriend, do you confirm with me kuti unoto charge up like you have never like usinaku
do
you know it's a biological makeup yakatogadzirwa murume?
Okay.
So I get ndinotoshamiswa nguno wakazwa achiti baba wako angu nasi wari mono kumasoti my husband nasi anyatsondipedzera akupedzera because amborara kakumashuru.
He's saying it, Marco.
Let me explain the man's body. A man is designed in such a way akarara nemukadzi akangopiwa another woman immediately, as long as it's a different woman. His whole setup trigger foot with kitchen. You understand what I mean? That's why most men were in enforced monogamy. Look, I'm not trying to expose anyone, but most men were in enforced monogamy. Wandosa kachitanga ambo enda kusaiduku ozonyatso yachipedzera madam. Without that akwanisi kuna madam kai, you know, azameno zvazvingori. Ndikuku explain. Look, I'm not pointing fingers. Ndikuku explain the genetic makeup, the design yakaitwa murume. Saka ndinotofunga kuti Mwari masikira vakatoita like that kuti murume akandosaka murume achiti atongopedza. So this family zvinochimanageka ine polygynous. Because ndikange ndangobva pa yellowbone ndichenda ku, you get what I mean? Zvatochinja. Urunzwisisa. Is the same kana watindi ancestors zvazvino. Saka ndikungoti vanhu ngavachirefer using zvandataura zvekuti men if they ask themselves even women, they want us their husbands.
Maybe the biggest question: Will you be guys, comfortable being in the same room, naked, facing Gabriel?
Very confident.
Very confident. All of you.
Yes.
Serious? You naked, hair naked, him naked.
Yeah.
Even geza mesi.
Kutogeza kana kutora nyaya.
Kana kutora nyaya mwachigeza like mwarume suit mwarugeza like makuseni.
Yeah.
Usually what we do makuseni we are kumanyira ndo basa stuff saka atina time yekuti akuta formal meeting and things are just happening randomly. Saka toko nongoti uyu anobva ati mama Elizabeth vari kunditi ndobva kuti ande kubedroom kwake. Ari kutogeza achitotaura nyaya yake umwe achitopfeka umwe achitoti mira ndibude ndozvauri kubvunza. It's normal to us. Yeah.
Wow. Guys,
we are not afraid to get naked in one room yoyo.
It's very normal.
Until one year.
Yeah.
We are one family. We are basically one person.
I'm getting it.
Kana mune relationship.
Yes.
It's obvious zvinongori normal.
Yeah.
Chinodiwa relationship.
Yamunayo.
Bond munenge muinayo. Saka apana.
I think what also contributed to the bond is the fact that you guys munotombonge muri naked pamwe chete.
Yes.
I think it makes you guys bond more.
Yeah.
Than because apana kunyara mumwe, you know each other. Yeah.
Apana. Like what they are saying apana.
But for the first time, my brother, Kwamuri, having all of them in one room, first time you be like, hey, how are you feeling? Like a king, like what?
Okay. The truth is, the reality, those are the kingdom.
Yes.
It starts from a king.
Family
father.
Yes.
It starts from the man. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Saka zvauri king, I gumiri in bedroom. These women, they really make me feel like a king, and I appreciate that. And I'm saying it from a perspective where I'm being humble to say thank you, ladies. You make me feel like a king.
Yeah.
True. Saka many times. Let me give you an example. You get home and how do I put it? Okay, I have situations whereby the t-shirt yatengwa na uyu, watch yatengwa na uyu. Do you get what I mean? It's like coming from it's like coming from all directions.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah. So it becomes like a normal, like they're always doing things that make you feel like a king. Saka powataroti weseka one. Remember, I see it was not like waka uyaka one. It's gradual.
Yeah.
Which means kuti takange tichita 2 but at 3.
Yes.
Usually.
Yeah.
Panoya atongosvika zviri normal.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Saka it's not like ndakangomuka one day wangu watu 4 you get it? It's like you get it? So it's like a gradual process.
Let's talk about the social and spiritual perspective.
Yeah.
I want you to be very short and precise on this because of time. Gabriel, you once made a list that said the effects of polygamy. Let's discuss a few points here. First one, you said socially decreases divorce rates. Can you explain this? Do people in polygyny set up really maintain marriage is better than monogamous couples?
Proven research. So even on Google, for the sake of time, people can just research polygamous marriage against monogamous marriage divorce rates. Polygyny, it's less than 10%.
Okay.
Monogamy is they are fighting divorce. It's at unprecedented levels, especially lately.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've also said it decreases irresponsible sexual behavior and STDs.
Yes.
Maybe just clarify on that one.
I'll clarify it by giving an example. Kuti kamuna anokura orange ola kana kunzimbe haafamba achita kana nzimbe inotengeswa pamusika apa ovhunduka kana orange. You understand what I mean? Munhu anokurira kuma orange kana kuma banana akaona banana riri withered pamusika mhanyiri kunoribhadhara unoritenga because ndiri kuma orange. So technically I'm surrounded by women. Saka I'm not looking for women and I'm not easily moved. Ndikaona yellow bone I'm not moved. Ndinotogara ma yellow bone. Ndogara ma chocolate. Ndikaona chocolate I'm not moved. Ndinotogara ma chocolate acho. You
also said women look out for each other rather than fight. How does this happen in practice? Because outsiders often think co-wives fight.
I think those are one notice. Did you see the way we came? Kuti pateta interview with my second wife.
Yeah.
This one were taking care of that baby.
Yeah.
And those they will look out for each other. Atina kuyatichirwa. Like literally, Zambotara, my first wife.
Yeah.
Kuti inini I'm at home because I know my sisters are looking out for me. pakupfeka be it hembe be it kurukana, you know, my wives, they've different hairstyle. Wanogadzirana kumba, you know. Do you get it? Asikana pamagadzirwa kumira ndigadzirise hembe vanopfekerana, you can't even tell what is in there, and I can't even tell what in there, you know, they're always doing things, you know, as sisters, like looking out for each other. That's what I was trying to explain.
The last one you said, spiritually polygamy protects and benefits women.
Yes.
How does it protect women and benefit them?
I think the way God designed, our Creator designed. Remember, tamboerenga ka scripture katambovurisana kaya. Kuti woman is created for men. Saka kanoka, if you were created for men, is that a complete picture?
It's not.
Antamboerenga. Saka what I'm saying is, in Indian a completion in them, you want a completion in me.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? It goes both ways.
All right.
So at the point that I was trying to put across, I'm advocating kuti my single mother, ne waskana church, remember my church person. Ngatisa wanyepere kuti it's going to be well, it's going to be, my feelings I carry all over the place. Paul akanyora kati young women marry. My feelings are, let me give an example. Can I give you as an example? She's in church. And she's a single woman. And then we're like, it's okay, it is well, no, don't have, you know, and all the men were monogamous. And we already know the ratio of cards compared to ratio of rume. We don't need to even count. And that driver along the road, water is a church postori for starters. Kuti wakawanda wakadzirika na rume. Ofamba mapendakostal wongotarisa wega without even trying to count one by one. Wotasoti warume mpendakostal wakawanda varume kana vakadzi. Izvozvo zviri ngodefina kuti generally the number of women are more than men.
Okay.
Now what I'm saying pandoti zvinobenefita vakadzi polygyny iri kubenefita kuti masingle mothers andika good men cannot men that are capable of wariko. But system ikabvumiza kuti no, kana ma leaders edu akadzidzisa as the Bible teaches kuti these young women put them to good men watone approved wanhu vanouya kotsvaga basa ola ne CV akashowa experience andi wamunotanga kupa basa. Murume ari kuratidza experience yekugona kuchengeta madzimai ndiye wamunopa zve the young woman in the church kuti no mai endai uku kuna baba kana vadanana kana wawirirana kwete kunorekomenda. No offense to the bachelors. Bachelor rido zvigarira rega mako agarisa kumasofa. Amusikona kuti muri kumixa zvinhu zvisizvo here. Muri kuenda against the Bible. Yet the Bible riri kuti they should marry. That's why we read kuti Mary was married to Joseph, baba wa Jesu. Andika Mary mai wa Jesu. Joseph was not even a bachelor. He was an older guy. You understand what I mean? Angato an experience of having taken care of women. Dosaka Jesu anga my older brothers and siblings.
Let's move on to the biblical critics and debate. You know, here are some of the Bible verses, you know, that advocate for monogamy.
Yes.
Genesis 2 verse 24. It says, and I quote, that is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. What's your take on that?
I become one flesh with her. I become one flesh with her. Chinonzi one flesh chiri kutaurwa apa intimacy. Ndosaka muchizona kuna ku New Testament, Paul achitaura, Christ achitaura, he who sleeps with a harlot becomes one with her. Saka nyaya iri kutaurwa inyaya yekuti when you sleep with someone, the sacredness of sex is you become one with her.
Okay.
Saka chiri kunzi one, you become one when you have that intimacy. Don't you know create a one. Saka because people misinterpret scripture yoyo. Warume wakawanda vari kufunga kuti ari kuzikanwa publicly ane white wedding ndiye one. Yet all these women you are sleeping with, you are becoming one with her. Saka when we teach our young men, when we teach our young guys this Bible knowledge, kuti no, when you sleep with a woman, no definition yekunzi maa one.
Okay.
Haisi nyaya kuchipepa chakanyorwa kuti white wedding.
There is another one in the New Testament, Matthew 19 verse 4 to 6. It says, and I quote, at the beginning, the Creator made them male and female.
Yes.
Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. Close quote. So I don't know. What do you have to say about this one?
When this woman is coming into my life, she's not coming to separate. That's where the myth is. Pano yamwe mukadzi mu life mangu asikuya kuno separate, asikuya kuno break up. Ari kuuya to become one part. A cord of 3 strands is better than 1 strand. Yes, it's biblical chirungu icho. So what are they saying? They are saying that when they come, we become one thing. They are not coming to break. when a woman comes into the life of a married man, she's not coming to break marriage. She's coming as a different individual to become one with that man, just as this woman became one with this woman.
Okay, in that same Bible, let's take a few examples from the Bible.
Yes.
When it comes to those who had polygamous marriages. Abraham,
yes,
he had Sarah and Hagar. There was jealousy and tension. 2, Jacob, he had Leah.
Can I come in?
Wait, he had Leah and Rachel. Also, there was a rivalry and favoritism. Then we talk about Solomon. Foreign wives led him into idolatry. Polygyny in the Bible rarely brought harmony. It often resulted in jealousy and conflict. Your thoughts?
Thank you. Saka ndicha answer 3 among many other biblical pawataura. Abraham, issue ya Abraham na Hagar na Sarah aisi nyaya jealous over her husband. It was Hagar disrespecting Sarah.
Yeah.
Saka let's correct that. Misinterpretation yema pastors wanongo wachinyepa wachipreach, because nyaya iri kuadresswa paya ndeyekuti this young wife, a young wife is supposed to respect her older sister. That's why God intervened. Wakatsiura the young wife kuti you are supposed to respect your elder sister. Hapana pawakambozi vari kunetsarana na jealous. Hagar was just being disrespectful to Sarah. And nyaya disrespect Sarah ndeyekuti indine mwana Sarah ana mwana.
And in the
this has nothing to do with jealous.
And in the Jacob scenario?
And in Jacob's scenario, yema sisters, Jacob aida kurora one mukadzi. Remember? He wanted, but he paid the price ekusanzwa kwababa. He paid 14 years of his life trying to become a monogamous man and ended up being a polygamous man of 4 wives. Mwari wariwo waikonzeresa. Remember how did God intervene? Akatodaurora ningirikini Rachel. Andirika vashanda 7 years, vapiwa Leah. Vati ndoshanda hangu dzimwe 7 years. Andirika arora Leah. Tarisaone kubereka, because remember mu Bible Mwari ndo wanopa blessing yemwana. Tarisa how the way it happens. Leah otanga kuita wana, andirika Rachel wana, Rachel obvaunza Bila. Andirika obva ndakunza mumwe mukadzi for Jacob kuti andibarire wana. Andirika uyo otanga kuzvara, Leah stopa kuzvara. Leah obvati ndakunza umwe mukadzi. Zvese zviri kuinjiniwa nababa, because God wants 12 tribes of Judah. The 12 tribes of Judah dzinobva pa 4 women wa Jacob. In Jacob's carnal mind, aifunga kuti acharora one, but God had another purpose with him. God wanted to create the 12 tribes of Judah from 4 women. That's why waiti wakambovhara dumbuku wovhuroko uyozoti mwana wangu anonzi Judah, it means praise God. You understand what I mean? All this was happening to bring those. Rachel akatozoita wana kokupedzisira Joseph na Benjamin ndo 11-12. Wamwe wesawa akakreatwa na baba waida kugadzira nation yao inonzi Israel today.
Okay, I hear you. Maka, how do you deal with criticism from your maybe Mambabasa, Mambabasa Mamunusquera, friends, church, who criticize polygamy?
Like, example one, my dad, he doesn't give what
exactly
anything. Saka that zviri mavari izvozvo zvakabva zvaioma ndiri kuti I don't even care kuti munhu anditaura nonsense kana zvakadai zvakazodai, like vanhu vakawanda kana kuti kana vachitotaura antonti zvotonga munhu akaputwa ndoti no hazozodairo kuti chiko, it's my life and it's your life, saka do you and I do me. That's me. And I don't even care.
I was good are in too much love, are in love,
like
could you defend it like that? Yeah, I respect the way you defend it.
All right, like my love life.
Yeah. Ndukuti mimi pamwe I don't give a damn, whatever. Yeah. Ndukuti mimi akuskutaura ere komunhu akakwidibirwa ne love.
Ndiri murudo chaizvo.
So what happens when you feel like love yapera?
Inenge chiperere. Inyangu haiperi.
Adzinenge chiperere. You believe like you are like,
ndakasangana now. I never felt it before.
Yeah.
Even kumashure. Because every day ndoganchitwaudza, like you can confirm kuti hi, every day is just we do something new tese. Saka Gabriel anopa time ku umwe nomwe. Like I like going out and stuff, chichi, my sisters vanofara zvokuenda mapraise and stuff. But he makes sure kuti every day aita something kune one of us, like every like tese on one day. Saka kwandiri it's something else, because every day ndotokuganchitwaudza kuti nasi hayi ndaifunga ndiri pa120% kuti ndapa 300%
zvakatoedzera. I see. So but sometimes when you are bored kumba pamunomboboeka kana don't you think otherwise sometimes? Maybe there a mistake here.
Never. That's the devil's mind. That's the devil's mind. Because ndikatarisa the previous and the now. The now is even better for me. Because ma conflicts ari pamunoita muzvingoita chichichichi but zvinhu zvinoitika even 1 or 2 munotonetsana wani azvire kuti alright vanhu vachinoti kuti munonetsana because makawanda kunyepa vari 2 vacho vanenge vachingonetsana
futi as well.
Zvakufanana. It's just kuti maybe even in fact tungori one because togona kunetsana ka then our 2 vanogona kunetsana but you find out pakuwanda ipapa uya anogona kunibata aiwa maka paipa
wazodai
was correct saka unobva tondiratidza but muri 2 manje musina anogona kubatsira
conflict noramba ichienda mberi. Okay, same applies kwamuri masista maita amumbofungere kuti pakabhaizika
aiwa
amuna maregrets?
Handina.
You are actually enjoying. I see you're loaded, you're expecting fully loaded. You're expecting a new baby on the way. These are the results.
Just to come in, if you allow me, I think Zanando Tarajaji don't agree with what she said. I think we have to be intentional ola as men. Kuti toto katanga dani munasi. I always have this thing kuti I need to be better than I was yesterday. Did you get it?
Yeah.
So I'm always like with all of them I think we've had my conversation I'm always trying to improve. Kana ndakambotenga rose one.
Yes.
Unzwisisa. Mangwana ndoda kuita something chitori chakakura than that.
Oh yeah.
Saka I think that's because I think a relationship or marriage tangira pamunotanga pepe toti muswe wedding ndo kana pamunorora ndo panotanga kunzi makutanga kuchishanda apasipo pamunoti taakuzorora saka ta achieve.
Speak of the wedding, are you guys planning on having a big day or big wedding?
Big wedding?
Yeah.
Maybe let me say being an African man, I think utorora ikoko it's enough and stuff. Because remember here I know it's a white wedding and all this maybe a party or chili, but it's a good white wedding, no?
Yeah, not a white wedding. How many kids do you have? As a family, how many do you have?
15.
15 kids?
And counting.
What's the target?
We don't have a target as such. Okay, I'll speak for myself. But I've always said, so I don't know run my wife, whoever it is. My first wife, I got at 4. I want a lot of kids, but biologically. I would 2 boys 2 girls is enough for me. And then she went under operation again. They stop.
Yeah.
My second wife, still I think if I stand corrected, I think I got at 4 I'm okay. So basically around 4 or 5 or maybe 3 I don't know. But in personally, Zurukuda madam, father mind. Zurukuda madam is it's okay. If she says I want 1, if I want 2, I'm okay. And my prayer.
Do you have other kids offshore?
No, I don't. I strongly believe I should take care of all my kids, regardless.
One place.
I've got. Remember, I mentioned to you I've got orphans. That I take care of. Like waripakati pe wana wangu.
Ipapo.
Wandakatra vari wadiki. You get it.
So you adopted some?
Yes, okay. I've adopted.
How many?
2.
Okay.
2. Well, legally, the process.
Yes.
The papers and wame
exactly.
But the point I'm not to wese wana wangu. I prefer to take care of them.
Yeah.
And my prayer now, God give me the capacity. So
what made you adopt when you have many wives, giving you many kids?
Remember, polygamous,
yes.
One.
Yeah.
So I think it's natural. I don't until what we test until what test.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Exactly. I don't have to think about it. Like right now, and it go mention because to mention one.
Yes.
But izvozvi dai wangu anditi saka ndeupo wacho handikuudzi zvitori nanotozozoona wega papicture maybe pamahasi but I wouldn't want my kids kuti wakure wari aiso umwe achizonde one they are just kids.
Tell me about capacity. As a man, you're one man and you are, fending for all these.
Yeah.
Right? The family is big. Do you feel like you have the capacity to take care, for all of them?
Genuinely, cannot my honest answer. Every morning when I wake up, or almost every day, I'm always praying with Mari to pay capacity. Because I'm feeling like I'm there yet.
Okay.
I'm always praying with God, give me, the
capacity.
Desire, because I always believe kuti Mara wana msukuru.
Yeah.
So God, I'm just a steward.
Yeah.
So my mindset, funga like this. Mukomano we mombe. Patai kura kumusha. Mukomano we mombe ndedzake. His responsibility dzamwa mvura here. Mvura here dzaita se, but the owner we mombe ariko kuharare whatever. You understand what I mean? Saka inini in this case ndiri mukomana we mombe. I'm just a steward to these women. My responsibility is to make sure they are happy. My responsibility is to make sure pandino kwanisa in capacity ndavaita take care of the best of my ability.
Yeah.
But the owner ndiye anonyatsoziva what they want.
Exactly.
Saka inini mukomana wemombe, mushonga wemombe ukapera anoenda upi? Anoenda kuna owner ka. Ofona baba kuda mushonga wemombe uda ujungwa kana uda dzidoenda deep. This is me.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, Maka. Maka ndazvino ada ofara like what you were saying. Saka imi murutongoziya medzi dzedu tiri kunoko. Ndikavirewo gepiri ndimboendesa munhu out kana ndimbomuendesa kwaarikuda kuenda chichi. So this is how I think. I'm like, I own them, but not in the context. I own them in the context of a mukomana wemombe.
All right.
So they are my responsibility. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the book. You've displayed the book for the longest time now. You've written this book.
Yes.
I think Panika Tamanyora, this book.
Yes.
It's titled "Why Plural Marriage." Okay, revealing truths and break cycles of brainwash.
Yes.
That's the title of the book. Who needs to read this book?
My pastors, my leaders from church, men. Those I think everyone. All right, in short and root, everyone.
Everyone.
Can I tell everyone? There's a woman arudanana nemurume, but she needs to understand. Kuti zviriko here kana kuti hazviko. Kune murume ane mukadzi wake asi ane my girlfriends. Arikuti is this arikurowa ne guilty conscience is not even supposed to feel guilty. They are meant for this book to clear out kuti saka guilty conscience ruvako, because I've divided the book in different chapters. I talk about waruda kuona from the biblical side, we discussed the Bible. Waruda kuona from a cultural aspect, I've put a chapter tichibva kubackground.
Yes.
Waruda kuziya history kuti okay, saka zvakazombotangira papi kuti tiri kuerenga kuti mapriesta mubhaibheri handitika airora vakadzi vakawanda, ana Eli, wana Hana, nana Penina, all those were polygamous men, mapriest. Saka isusu netine mapriest mafata asingarori. Zviri papi, I put it history. Somewhere along munana 1900s someone just came, a political figure just came and he says, okay, right now my priest amcharori. It has nothing to do with the Bible. It's a political thing. For what reasons? Because my priest anga chinherita. Wana wacho anga chinherita my church buildings.
Okay.
So for the sake of not inheriting church buildings, neku disturb dynamic church, my priest amsarora. It's not even biblical. It's not biblical.
Okay.
So this is the information that I put in this book. It's like ka gemstone kekuti muruma anofana kuzongoti arega, so aine mhuri yake, so that you can't tell me. And also I put my practical experiences of the things that, because I co-wrote this book with my wives, so we also put my some of the practical things that we faced as a family.
So where can people find the book?
They can get in touch with us. They can get through our social media pages like Facebook. We've created a YouTube channel. They can get any of us through our
platforms.
Our platforms.
So before I let you go, feminists would want to know, would you allow your wife to get another husband?
I always give this answer. A man is called Mr. Do you know where the word Mr. comes from? It comes from master. So let's leave it hanging. A key that opens many locks is called a what?
Master lock.
Master key.
Master key, I mean, yeah.
Right. Then a lock that is opened by many keys. Lock iyo kana chingoti munhu wese auya anongovhura door. Is it a useful or useless lock?
It's a useless one.
Okay. So pandiri kutaura zve lock ne key. I'm not talking about a key per se. I'm talking about the biology.
Yeah,
so the feminist can go back to the creator and ask them, why am I a useless lock? Because I allow many keys inside me.
Okay.
I cannot answer. They can answer the creator and the designer of human races.
And you're the master lock, master key.
You said it yourself. A key that opens many locks. You get a key one ola. inovhura mota, inovhura door. Munoiti chi? Master key. That's why men is called a mister.
Okay.
And then a lock, responsibility a lock ndeyekuti inofanira kuvhurwa ne1. Lock kana yakuvhurwa nema key ese kuti mbavha yangu yayovhura, uyawe yavhura. Is that a useful or a useless lock?
Yeah, pakaipa. So as we conclude, Gabu, do you wish to continue getting more wives on board?
Every time I've been asked that question, I'm not looking. Like the impression in it, the only difference is
okay.
I'm not out there looking for women and stuff. Most of my time is either totally occupied in Oktochagamari, if I may put it that way.
Yeah.
So, but if I happen to find a woman, like one's woman and different, if I happen to find a woman who accepts me as Gabu, whom I accept as who she is, then it's fine. It's not to end
Maka?
Yes.
Madana kuenderera mberi wakaunza chimwe chimoko padeni boy ere.
Pose kuti.
Amuna pressure nazo.
Andanga pressure.
Kana muntu wabatsira kutsvaga. Kuti hapana wandaona anofunga kuti ari boss.
Like ndakatombozviita kuti there's this lady.
Yes.
Like anize maybe munogona kumbomuonawo zvenyu. Like takatoendawo ne-lunch date.
Wow.
But iye angasikazivi zvake.
Exactly.
You know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But he said, izvozvizvi.
Lolo.
I think it's true. It's very true. Most of my women, whatever they've done, msekole my friends are and stuff like that. Want to be boy.
Also, I
know I was boy. Don't worry. Capacity. Capacity. Not necessarily but like for me, I think taking on a woman. You understand? I agree with Nombotara Shaddai. Shaddai, the guy. I concur with a lot of things that he says. It's a full responsibility to take on a woman. You understand what I mean? And I think as a man you agree.
Yeah.
We don't take. Look, polygyny haidiwi nevarume vanoda sex.
Yeah.
Polygamy haidiwi nevarume vanoda sex. Because remember, men are having sex anyway. Polygyny, the difference between just sleeping randomly with women, ndeyekuti ndiri kutora responsibility yekumba kwavo yechi. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
If any one of you akafa zvese saka when I'm taking in a woman kuti ndakumuformalize, it's a responsibility most men don't want.
Yeah.
Because most men are still getting the milk anyway.
And
so
you
why buy the cow?
My sister Maita.
Hello.
Mdarada kuti anongo continue kana zvinhu zvakangoringana. Wazoteka musi kuti makwane.
Aiwa ndimbovarambidzi.
Give it a chance mungawabatsira kutsvaga here.
Aiwa ndizowabatsiri kunotsvaga.
Asi amuvarambidzi zvinhu.
Andivarambidzi.
Kwana mumwe. Ngavatoya mutogarisana zvakanaka. Without any problem, no jealousy.
Nokuita jealousy handi ndakauyawo pane vamwe. Saka ndichitire jealousy. Hapana.
Wow.
Vanenge vachitoedherawo.
So advice amungade kupa kune mukadzi ari kuona right now ndeyekuti
pamusoro pe
polygyny setup, marriage amuri polygamous marriage.
Zvingodipenda kuti awanawo munhu ari serious here. Because pane vamwe vanonyepa.
Right.
Kana awanawo munhu ari serious, ari paserious, anotora chokwadi, anokwanisa kungojoina kungoindawo pane
vamwe.
But zvataura kuti panenge pachidwa respect, kuti unofanirwa kurespecta iye auya, unofanirwa kuziva kuti ndiri kuenda kupi.
Exactly.
Or respectawo panenge asvikirawo ipapo.
Oh, interesting. And your advice to other women?
So advice yandingapa kune ma-ladies, like maybe vane vari kudata the married guys.
Yes.
Gasange aripo because vari kungoita zvekujola. Jolly nice one.
Yes.
It should like the lady should see kuti face wake are serious na yeye, or they are just utakazosangana na maigura zodandi muzichi and stuff.
Yeah.
So mukadzi, I think panopinda relationship, just settle down, wona kuti zvandikuita ndizve, talk with your guy. If it's okay kusangana net the face kuti akuziva ere stuff, it will be perfect.
Great. Your parting remarks, my brother Gabriel?
I think, thank you for inviting us. I think Isus as a family, I would really want to be known as someone who advocates for men to be responsible. And this, I'm not here to facilitate with one quite as stuff like that. As a family, we are here. The reason why I actually came on podcast is and the risk of being commented everything.
Yes.
You know, as a family, okay. most people speak on our behalf tisingatauri. Do you know a lot of people speak about polygyny avasingaziwe? My wife zvataura kuti ndainzwa asi ndaizomubvunza bebe wakazviona here totsoona vanorowana wabira namushonga waitase wakazviona here? You understand what I mean? So we are here to say, look, isusu tikutorarama the practical of it. Saka sekualawa kuti timbotaure timboopene uchimbotivhuraudza ikoko. That's why we are here to say we are advocating kuti I'm saying, men, let's be responsible for the women. I love women. I think we already tell.
Exactly.
Saka the way I love women ngatizive kuti vanhu vari kubva kune vanhu is, you know, I would really encourage my brothers and all kuti ngatisiyane nezvokumbodyira musaga nekuti sei if it's possible.
Yeah.
Kuti why don't we, there are women out there, you know, anengatoshuwirawo kutoda kutobudawo pafacebook kana kutorwawo picture newe, you know, so, you know, ndingoti a bit considerate. I know it's difficult, you know, under the circumstances, but can we be considerate of these women? That's what I advocate for.
Okay.
And also to women, I'm saying, can you be a bit more relaxed to understand kuti murume wako anditika mupe leeway yekuti aite conversation. Most reason wakazva kuti azongondijuma azvasvitola my first wife kuti tinenge chitoziva asi dongo kuvharira kunze. I'm saying, can you open the windows and the doors? Ombonyatsonzwa kuti murume wako arubva ku mwana wekunze ari kwekokoko, you know, just be lenient. Just have that love yoti rega ndimboona kuti mwana waye ari sei. That's what we are all about, to advocate kuti let's build families. Ngatsvage mari. That's our way.
Thank you so much, my brother Gabriel, and thank you, Maka.
Welcome.
And Maita, Elizabeth, and Tanatswa in absentia here. Wabuda. Thank you so much to our viewers for being patient. It was quite a long podcast, a long conversation, but I think it was worth it. You've noted down one or two things, and you've learned something. You know, it's but my podcast did something new every time, because we will be having real conversations, bold conversations. You know, I know we tap into sensitive areas as well, but this is what's happening in Zimbabwe. Varume vane girlfriends, varume vane small house, all because they don't want to come out open, because kana kumba kurukutyisa anotsva kudirwa mafuta or something like that. But yeah, we've got someone here living, you know, the life that we always talk about out there, but he's living it, and now atitanangurira how they are doing it. Kumba, you know. Thank you so much for watching. My name is DJ Ola 7 Owen. We'll come out on our team next time. Bye bye.